What's up, everyone? It's the BumCast presented by Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Common Drive in Bolingbrook, Illinois. I am your host, HBAC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, Dougie Fresh, Joey P. The four-man crew is back. I feel like it's been a while, guys, but yeah, let's fucking go. Happy Monday. Baseball's back, all that good stuff.
Grand opening, grand closing. The four-man crew is back for 1 week only.
Ish. I might have a substitution. I might have set you guys up nicely.
We're gonna talk about that at the end of the show. That's a nice tease, Dougie.
It's a nice tease.
Dougie never disappoints.
We were setting up the show in the background, pre-show and stuff like that, and I noticed because I was gone. So thank you guys for taking care of the show while I was away, because I had an incident that again I'm going to talk about at the end of the show, but. It's something that I think I noticed last week or maybe the week before, and we haven't really talked about. What's with the suit coats, Dougie? I think this is a thing now we just haven't been talking about. He's been wearing suit coats for the podcast.
We had to start the show late because he was working. I assumed he just came right from the office, but I'm like, wait, but he's doing the water mains and stuff, man. You dressing up to dig some holes.
Yeah, I will say it's all by accident. It's nothing by coincidence. But yes, you are right. Yes, we are starting late. Thank you guys for accommodating me. Had some big boy roles to fill tonight, and so I had to get a little damper for the occasion.
So you're dressing up for your real job, not your fake job.
Well, no, I continued it, but then I threw a little ass cast flair in there. So,
ooh, but yeah, Dougie, looking nice and dapper as always, man.
Thank you.
Now the question is, what you got on below the jacket?
You want to see?
Yeah, let's go.
Shorts, guaranteed shorts.
I can't lift that high. I can't lift that high. No, actually, I had. Full disclosure, I had to wear pants, and I didn't have enough time to change into anything else, so I'm sitting here in my underwear.
See, that's how most corporate America work. The people dresses for the people who work from home.
That made me so jealous, man. That made me so absolutely jealous, man. Especially the people during COVID that got to work from home and just literally all they had to do was change from here up. Man, I wish I could have had that.
That's happened to me.
Yeah.
I when I started working from home from COVID, my wardrobe went from polos and khakis and button-ups to basically sweatpants, shorts, and t-shirts. I don't think I've worn normal clothes in 5-6 years now.
You know how bad it is? I noticed it this week. I've been doing the WSTNN news reports or whatever, and I've been wearing a dress shirt and tie. It's been so bad because I really don't have to dress up for work or anything like that. And, all our friends are married. There's no real weddings in the foreseeable future, and I've gained a little bit of weight. I ain't got no dress clothes. Yesterday's was a actual golf polo with a tie that I made it look like a dress shirt because I'm like, I got no dress clothes.
Yeah, I didn't get any opportunity at all, like you, Dougie, to work from home during the entire pandemic. I've just been high vis gang ever since.
Yep. Yeah. That's why I was kind of wondering, because there was a time or whatever where I had to do an interview, and I did it over Zoom, and I was going for a position, and it didn't really all pan out or anything like that, but it was the same thing. I hadn't been to a wedding or whatever in the better part of 5 years and gained a little bit of weight. I was able to button down to the third button and then belly out the rest of the way.
See, I get lucky that I don't even have to put on the polo shirt or anything like that because none of our calls require us to be on camera or anything. So I got lucky that we're not a on camera, corporation. So I got real lucky with that.
I never had a white collar job. I've never had a corporate job like that. And I notice it a lot because Julie is in meetings day in and day out. That's all she does is in meetings. But nobody has their camera on for the entire meetings. I'm like, this is some pussy shit, man. You gotta, at least in my eyes, I was like, I would like alpha everybody and turn my camera on and make it uncomfortable on purpose. Am I in the wrong here?
Dude, I will say this: like, if you turn your camera on, you'll immediately feel like the awkward one because no one else will turn their camera on. You'll just be the only guy like they're like, at least in my company, like, no one does cameras, and the one person who does is automatically like, oh wait, hold on, let me turn mine off.
Well, not only that, where you also have bandwidth issues if too many people have cameras on nowadays on some of these meetings. So you're actually
internet.
Yeah, so everyone, if there's going to be like a audio visual presentation going on in a meeting in that setting, everyone is asked quietly to turn their cameras off so that there's no lagging or anything.
See, I didn't know this.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have a follow-up question for you, Jay. So like you were saying, like, hey, it was all like sweatpants and t-shirts and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like, did you find yourself like, during those times like saying, fuck it, I'm just gonna go out to public, like out in public like this, because like you just kind of get so used to it?
Dude, if anyone who's seen me out to like your houses, whatever, knows I just turn to a sweatpants and t-shirt guy now. Like, very rarely do I put jeans on or like a dress. If we're going to a restaurant or something, I will. But like, if it's going by like you guys' houses, I don't put jeans on or anything like that anymore. Like, it ruined me. I got like I turned into such like a leisure guy now.
Leisure suit Larry.
Yeah, I'm leisure suit Jason now. That like it literally ruined me for the rest of my life. I don't know if I could ever dress normal again.
Jason, you don't want Sandy to watch this back in the morning when she's at work on her lunch break tomorrow. Next time you come over, she's gonna have a freaking dress code at our house because of you.
Velvet rope and everything. Like no hats. I don't know.
Nobody hates pants like the Chicago sports bums. That's unbelievable.
It'd be amazing. Like, you're not allowed to come in the house. You can just hang out in the garage.
Treasy says, we missed it. We think we're clicking the same time. Cameras on. Got to make sure fuckers are paying attention.
That's what I'm saying. You got to alpha these people.
Yeah.
So I will say, I let the bosses take the lead. If like my boss goes on camera, I'll go on camera. I'm gonna be
a little brown nosing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be in a t-shirt then. Let's get to a quick super chat from the Gordo man. Cheers, bum. Screw Joey P.
I like that.
Cheers, Gordo.
Love you, Gordo.
Screw you.
Can't wait to see you next week. Called the Gordo man, a tamale man.
Hell yeah, he's bringing 100 tamales to the tailgate, so you guys better come hungry.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
So, Peter, Dougie, you guys had a fun week last. After the food release party for the White Sox. Guys got to go to Barstool.
I'll let Peter run with it. Run with it for a little bit, Peter. Here.
No, dude, you're obviously the Barstool guy of the group. You're the man with the connections. Obviously, Turkey went a long way, but we've been cool with like Eddie and White Sox Dave for a little while now, and things like that. And so we got the email for White Sox Food Media Day or whatever. And last year it was me and you, Jason, and like obviously like we want everyone to get a chance to do it and stuff like that. And you were busy, and I think we could have gotten 3 people in for sure if we really would have asked. And like we didn't want to push it. Eventually, I do want to push it to 4 or 5 people. I just want like the entire bum cartel at Media Day, but that one step at a time, right? So we got Dougie in this time, and we were excited. You were able to try some food, and my work season is barely starting off, so I'm still able to get away and things like that, at least up until this week. But you're like, hey, if I'm taking off, you want to make a day of it. You tell me like, hey, do you want to grab lunch afterwards? And immediately I'm like, this seems weird. I'm like, we're eating like everything possible. Like, do you want to grab lunch later? I'm like thinking about this, but you were playing coy. You wanted to surprise me because you had planned to drop off a painting of Ben Mintz to Donnie for your trip for Barstool. Yeah. So you already had that planned. You were like, you're surprising me like, oh, we're going to go to Barstool. And I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. So it's like, yeah, Now we're gonna make a whole day of content out of it. So I'll let you run from it from there, because I mean this was your plan.
Yeah, so I totally I had to play coy because it was one of those deals to where like it wasn't like a for sure thing. It was kind of like a last minute could work, could not work, because it was the day before March Madness kicked off. And obviously, huge day for Barstool or whatever, March Madness kickoff. And yeah, it was just one of those deals to where, hey, like, hey, can I drop this off or whatever and everything like that. And that was literally like the basis of it. I mean, obviously I got the invite for the Yug station, so I wanted to, capitalize on that. But I was like, hey, if it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. That's why I was like, you want to do lunch just in case. I had to make sure that you were free afterwards, but not get you excited because I didn't know if it was for sure going to happen.
Yeah, it was gonna be there is no Santa Claus situation.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, there's like no taking back that excitement. That would lead to a massive disappointment. But yeah, it ended up working out. Dave ended up meeting us at the door and everything like that. And then I and I don't like to hype up people or anything like that, but I've been telling you guys that like Wonton Don is like the dude. He is awesome. He's so personable. He'll like the moment that I met him, I was like, shit. I'm like, we're becoming friends like that, like nobody's business. And Peter, I mean, he was kind of grilling you.
He was so he's so personable because like I feel like he's like he lived in China. He's from Boston. He kind of traveled all over the world, so he could talk to you about anything. So originally, I was talking because when you guys went to Istanbul, Mikey Betts FaceTimed me with your phone, and he started talking Spanish. So then Donnie's like, "Oh, do you speak Spanish?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my parents are from Jalisco and this and that." So then he just starts talking to me about Guadalajara and the cartels and everything else. So we talked about that for a while, and then we started talking about soccer because the World Cup's here, and he's asking why Chicago didn't have the World Cup. So it was like a whole thing. He was just like talking forever, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna carry on this conversation for a long time. But the thing I turned to you afterwards, and I didn't want to do it publicly. That guy's sneaky handsome. It's one of those. It's one of those things that like like it made me not stand out in on camera or whatever. But when he's there, he's tall. He's got the hair, and like I'm like, man, this guy's good looking dude.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not to sound like that old cliche, like women always say, he's got a great personality too, like, and that it kind of goes a long way. Yeah. But I think the one thing that surprised me, and I believe it surprised you as well, or whatever, it looks so much bigger. Like everything looks so much bigger. Yeah, well. And we're off the Donnie topic now. We're talking about the building. Oh,
okay.
The building itself, like it's crazy. Like when you're walking past like all these studios and offices, you're like holy shit, that's a lot smaller than I thought. Like, but everything that they got crammed in there, everything that they got crammed into that building is like unbelievable. I mean, I know they call it a circus and everything like that. If any one of us actually worked there, we'd weigh 1,000 pounds. I mean,
there's food everywhere. Just literally food at every table, snacks everywhere, drinks everywhere. And I was like, holy cow. The other thing, go ahead.
No, I was like, fuck it, go.
It was like, they call it like a fantasy factory, and Big Cat talks about like, he wanted to build out like the fantasy factory. And there's basketball, golf simulator, a bunch of different things. When we went, and maybe it's different on a different day, everyone was fucking working. Like everyone was like doing something, filming, cutting, editing, like in a meeting. I was like, holy shit. You think of it as like, like just frat playground content creation, like whatever. And I'm like, holy shit, this is like a corporate, like professional environment. Granted, everyone's a cartoon character and like sillier than the next. But like it's like it's an actual job, and everyone's like pretty like put together. I was like, man, that was what surprised me.
Yeah, but like getting back to the food, there is like a communal table that basically is like the size of like an Escalade, that's just it's just this counter. And basically what it is it's just a bunch of random food that either fans have brought in or they've catered in or
Corporate.
people, or corporate or like people order stuff. So like we ordered some food and Dave was just like, you guys, anybody else want these fries? And like, no. And then you put it on the communal table. So then it's anybody's. And it is crazy. I mean, besides the ice cream machine, they got a whole Nuts on Clark stand with just all the different popcorns. I mean, dude, it's just the amount of like booze that's around there. Obviously, the Yug Station, coolers full of beer. The thing that made me laugh or whatever was Dave walks us over to the they've got like basically the nicotine pouches inside it. Yeah, the Lucy's inside of a vending machine that like the vending machine's just free.
Yeah,
like,
everyone just grabbing pucks left and right. You guys want some? I'm like, nah, I don't really dabble.
Yeah.
So, Dougie, did I see this right on when you did the Yug Station? You got 3rd overall.
It would have been good enough for if it was an official time, official weight, official run. Yes, I would have had enough to take 3rd overall. And
See, I need a recount on that. I don't, because either you're slowing down or there can't be someone faster than you chugging.
Dude, Deutsch.
That guy.
Yeah,
they got a professional chugger. It's the guy that used to do the tailgates for Garage Beers or Friday Beers or whatever.
Yeah,
he challenges people $100 to $20, and if you beat him, you get the money. And he just houses beers in like a second.
Yeah. So what he does, and we didn't get a chance to talk to him because he was on the yak when we were there. But we were talking with a few of his cohorts, and basically he just opens his throat. He opens his throat, and as fast as you could pour it down, he pours it down.
Yeah.
And it's not even a joke. I think his time. So like I had like 3 second.
Let's play the video.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Official Yug Station. Let's go. Cheers. I got 3.38.
Yeah. And that's a 12 ounce, right?
Yep.
All right.
That's
3.38,
good for
that's 3rd place.
3rd place. It's not an official Yug weight scale thing score, but that's pretty fucking good. I'll take it. Aha.
You got to challenge Beef or Big Cat for the second
Yes.
Yeah.
second place.
Yeah, I think I can definitely do that. Deutsch, I ain't touching his time. I think it was like I'm sorry,
1.83.
1.8, 1.83 seconds. There's no time.
You could shave half a second. I think you can shave half a second.
Oh yeah, if you actually watch the end of the video, like I went to grab all the foam because I didn't want to hear any like, oh, he left a little, or have it settle on me and make it look like I didn't finish.
Like pump faked at the end.
Yes, I pump faked at the end, which easily added time. So,
although I will say we might have gotten a little bit of home cooking with the ref situation too. White Sox Day was pretty good with the whistle, but that happens. That happens in the NFL. That happens in like sports in general. Also, one last thing before we wrap up, I didn't clip it because last time we got in trouble for clipping Barstool stuff, but I did screenshot it. You kind of got roasted for getting lost in the gym on the yak. So this was on the yak at the time. I think there were like 13,000 concurrent viewers, and they're like, "Who's this lumberjack guy?" What do they say? "Who's this grizzly guy?"
Yeah, right. This grizzly man. Yeah, it was basically Ben Mintz was just like, "Hey, let's go walk past the yak," and I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "You want to walk past?" He's like, "Yep." And I'm like, I start walking, and I'm like pot committed, and then I look back. Peter has trailed off. White Sox Dave has trailed off.
We wanted no part of that. We wanted no part of that. And I was like,
yes,
that's a Dougie thing.
Yes. All of a sudden I'm just in no man's land walking past or whatever. And I could hear them talking about me, but I'm like, yep. I'm like, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep walking. But then Mincy walked so fast that I didn't see where he went. And I had never been on that side of the building yet. So I had no clue where I was. I was like, last thing I wanted to do was walk inside of a door, and then next thing you know, I'm in a studio where they're filming or something like that.
Recording or something like that.
Because I mean, Peter will tell you or whatever, there was just lights on everywhere. This is live, that's live. We're recording this right now. And he was right. There was just nothing but work going on like crazy. And I'm like, the last thing I want to do is like fuck up somebody's take, because since we got the invite, I'm like, so I'm like, let me get out of here.
It was cool. I will say it's not the last time we go, so I have a feeling I'm gonna be like Jazz. I'm gonna get kicked out of that place, Uncle Phil style. Now that we got the invite, so everyone's invited.
I might just have to challenge a couple people to a 3-point contest.
That's actually a good idea. They do shooting contests all the time for like the Barstool After Dark thing. You would do well with that.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that we talked about, and me and Peter had talked about it before, we were like pretty sure that we can probably just sneak in there and see like how far we can get into there. There ain't no sneaking into there, man. There is no sneaking into there. We walked in and there was some yoked ass motherfucker just like, can I help you? And I was so happy that White Sox Dave was like right there, and he's like, hey, what's up, Dougie? And then all of a sudden that dude was just like, what's going on, man? Like, shaking hands.
Obviously they have so many stoolies and fanboys and frat bros that follow them, and like they're just fans. Like they have to have security because it's like their address is public and stuff like that. They had a lot of security. That was another thing. I was like, probably rightfully so. But yeah, that we're not sneaking into that place. Although we can still try. I wanted to do the Lollapalooza. If we go with a ladder and high vis, Dougie, we could get in anywhere. I
think we can make it happen. Yeah. We'll give it a shot.
Joey, how you doing tonight, man?
No, I'm doing good, brothers. I actually wanted to bring something up to y'all because I'm known to be the happy guy, right, for the group. And vibes are high all the time. I know.
Get out.
So of course
we're working on that though. We're gonna make you the most miserable man in the world.
You can try your best. But anyway, the type of crap that I read, the most happiest countries in the world report just came out by the Gallup polls. Okay. So I'm gonna run down real quick the top 10 countries voted in 2026 as the happiest countries in the world. And I don't think they made the list. That's a different kind of list. I'll let you know.
South Korea always seems happy. They're all singing and dancing all the time with their K-popping and shit.
Yeah. Old country buffet.
Old country buffet. Make sure that a couple of those tunes, Peter, are on the playlist for Whiskey Comiskey, by the way.
There's gonna be no K-pop on the playlist. I'll tell you that much. Maybe we'll talk about the playlist at the end of the show too.
Okay.
We got a lot of things. All right, rattle them off, Joey. Let's see.
All right, here's your top 10 happiest countries in 2024. Number 1, Finland.
10-1. Top 10 it.
You want? Okay, well, there. Yeah. I just spoiled it for you. Number 10, Switzerland. Number 9, Luxembourg. Number 8, Israel. Number 7, Netherlands.
I don't know if they're very happy right now.
How current is this list?
It's 2026.
All right, continue.
Number 7, the Netherlands. 6,
I'm sensing a theme here.
Norway. 5, Sweden.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Hold on. 4, Costa Rica.
Okay.
3, Denmark. 2, Iceland.
Yeah.
And 1, I spoiled, Finland.
All right. I know what the correlation is here.
What is the correlation?
It's all big titty blonde girls.
Well, that might be your prediction.
Because when we had the list for the smallest countries by small penises by country, they also had the biggest boobs, and they were all like Norway, Sweden, Finland, Switzerland, like all those Nordic countries were just have the biggest boobs. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is actually calculated by gross domestic product per capita, social support, healthy life expectancy, freedom to make choices, generosity, and perceptions of the country's corruption.
Yeah, Yumper saying they all have free healthcare, which goes a long way. I like that he thinks that way. And Jason, big boobs, both correct, Bo. Both correct in their own right. So I'm not knocking your hypothesis, Jason.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it's 100% accurate. If you're surrounded in a land full of big boobs, are you going to be? Maybe Dougie will be. He notoriously. Noted hates big boobs. Yeah.
Public boobs, keep them.
Yeah. yeah, Dougie's probably not going to be living in any of those 10 countries.
No.
But it's cold.
It is a cool list. I've been to a few of those places. I can see Switzerland. Switzerland was awesome. Like people were super, super friendly. But then some of those were really odd. Israel.
Yeah, that seems weird.
Yeah.
Gallup polls.
Ooh, who popped something? That sounded good. Boy. I not telling you how to drive the car, Jason, because you always do a great job driving the bus. I spilled my beer, so I really need to get to an ad.
Yeah, let's play the ad. Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook is your one-stop shop for all your liquor needs. Since their remodel, they have increased their bourbon allocation, they have an expanding portfolio of popular additive-free tequilas and mezcals, and for you beer lovers, a great craft beer selection, plus some rare and vintage stouts. And before you leave, stop by their tasting bar and try some of our exclusive Bourbon Bum single-barrel picks before you take one home. That's Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, conveniently located right off of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. Tell them the bum sent you. Yeah.
T-shirt
Real
has a
quick.
napkin.
Real quick. Because we're all about, backing up stuff with facts here. All about them facts.
Okay.
Yeah. Norway. Average cup size.
Oh, they broke it down by cup size.
Hold on
Yeah.
a second. Hold on. I'll let you get to this point because I want you to make your point. But how did you have that readily available? Like, if I ask you for the White Sox zip projections in a little bit, are you gonna have that? Because this is. I'm giving you a compliment. You got your shit together. What
When it comes to stats that count, I can pull them up like that.
I'm going to get in trouble for bringing this topic up.
yeah.
So
Dude.
obviously we got Norway as the average cup size C or D. And then Luxembourg, C.
Okay.
Colombia. Well,
Yeah, there's
then
a
we
lot- there's a
scroll
lot.
down here. We got Netherlands, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. They're all nice, all nice boobs. They all I'm saying they're all happy being surrounded in the land of boobs.
This is also a pretty savage list because they're like, yeah, Turkey, they got the B cups, but they're fat as shit. Which is surprising because like when I was in Turkey, everybody was pretty skinny, but yeah, the body mass index too. This is a petty dude that put this list together.
This is the worldpopulationview.com. So,
All right.
yeah, average BMI. So big boobs, small waist.
Okay.
That makes happy people.
It's science.
All right. Yes, JT, I do have a Reese level poll. When it comes down to the quick. All right.
As long as you're not in your car, you're good.
That's true.
You did say he was good at driving a vehicle.
That's it. That's now we see. Damn it! Now this is really getting off the rails because now we're gonna have to question you bragging about your parking everywhere. He's parking at all these like primo spots. What is he doing when he's parking in those spots?
Yeah, he's
Damn
not
it.
circling the block for another parking spot. He's just trying to finish.
Thank you, Chicago White Sox, for this.
That was good, Dougie. Very good.
Thank you.
All right, we got some White Sox talk, right?
I believe we do.
Oh my God. Yeah, so our White Sox talk is fueled by TasteRealChicago.com. Look at that handsome guys right there.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I've got sidetracked by boobs and jerking off. All right. So we got baseball season starting pretty shortly, but one thing I want to bring up and let's talk about real quick. Justin Ishbia last week announced that his company, Shore Capital, they bought the rail yard across from the 78. And I don't know if we're calling it the 79, the 77. I don't know what the
Good question.
technical term is. But a lot of speculation that he's buying this land for a future home for potential White Sox Stadium. Only problem is it's still an active rail yard. So I wanted to get your guys' takes on, do you think he did, there was a quote in the Crane Chicago that he potentially is looking to build like a medical complex.
Northwestern Medical is part of that.
So where do you guys see this? Is this future ballpark area, or is this actual going to be a new medical district, or is it just we're going to wait and see?
Yeah, I think it's wait and see, right? First, it's like he has to wait for like Metro to get rid of all their shit, and like he just signed the purchase agreement, like possibly to purchase it. The other thing is you gotta, I mean, Shore Capital and like Justin Ishbia, like they're in the business of making money. So if it's not because it's gonna be a baseball stadium, it's gonna be something. And the fact that like he is like I guess partnering with Northwestern Medicine to build like this gigantic, like they already have the agreement to just build something huge. It's like, yeah, he's gonna build something, whether or not it's the White Sox ballpark. But that's the thing, like I'm ready to do is like any move Justin Ishbia makes, White Sox fans are going to have a field day with. It could be nothing. It could have nothing to do with the White Sox, but like if he buys something, if he trades something, if he's like moving money around or anything else, we love to overreact. So it's like, yeah, this is another part of it. Now, is it it grows because it's right next to the 78. So it's like, oh, if they didn't get the 78, now it's the 79 or whatever, like you mentioned, Jay. So like that has something to do with it. But yeah, I think for the foreseeable future, anything Justin Ishbia does, we're gonna dissect and overreact and kind of like, why is he doing this? And all of the blogs and all of the podcasts and everything else is like we're gonna dissect and overreact to everything.
Justin Ishbia buys a coffee. Where did he buy it from? That's where he's moving.
Yeah, right. He bought it from Starbucks. They're gonna make trades with the Mariners, left and right. One thing I will say is whatever he does there, he's a smart man because he's already got transportation right in-house. Already got the train system already set up. Just load up the trains right into the stadium. We're good to go.
Yeah, I think that
what
would
about
actually
the parking lots?
You don't need freaking parking lots. Well, except for one so that we can tailgate in. Unless we do it on the pontoon.
Bite your tongue, Joey P. That might be the most hateful thing you ever said. The heel turn begins.
You know what? I actually honestly thought of this already, okay? I would totally do what Bear Mysterio does. Find an empty lot that's somewhere near there, rent it out. I mean, we could literally charge some people some parking or whatever, nothing like White Sox prices, but like all of our people that want to come and tailgate with us, we charge them to get into the lot, like $20 or whatever it is. We just run a shuttle. We run a shuttle and then we do our tailgate and then boom, shuttle to the game. I've already thought of this.
Now, I don't want to get too highfalutin and fancy, but now that we're thinking about it, South Loop has a bunch of buildings. Rooftop tailgate? Can we pull off a rooftop tailgate?
We could.
No.
What do you mean? No? What the fuck?
For liability issues, I've seen how some of the people are at Whiskey at Comiskey. We don't need anybody near.
We'll have like the big giant glass.
We're gonna have to
plexiglass.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good point.
It's going to have to be one of those cages up top. It's going to be like Hell in a Cell.
We talked about doing pontoon tailgates for the Bears games. We could do a rooftop tailgate. Also, Adam's in the comments saying Ishbia also seems like one of those billionaires with ambition and gain, and a losing product bothers him. Let's hope so. Let's hope so, because like we've been mired in mediocrity for too long. And yeah, I feel like anybody that has the ambition to buy a baseball team in this day and age with the amount of money and success that Justin Ishbia has, you hope he wants to win immediately. That's what we're hoping, right? That he spends, that he puts money into the product. Time will tell, because as much as we want to, praise Big Daddy Ishbia, they haven't really been successful in Phoenix. And that's something that like, it's not by a lack of trying, right? They've signed players. They've tried to turn the Phoenix Suns around. They do the family friendly menu and stuff like that. So they're doing the right things. But at the end of the day, winning is winning, and
Right.
that's what like we're starving for. And hopefully, Justin Ishbia and the money helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To your point though, too, with like the family friendly pricing and stuff like that, a losing product is a little bit more easy to ingest when you're getting treated fairly and treated right. I mean, Atlanta Falcons do the same thing.
Yeah.
That I think that's what makes like us as fans like so jaded is like, they've taken away simple things from us like dollar hot dogs and everything like that. Stuff that even when they're charging $1, they're still making a ton of money on you. Like you would like to see those little like simple things come back or whatever and draw a crowd. I mean, some of those little simplicity things or whatever will bring a crowd in just on its own, and then all you need is that team to win that night, and the vibes will be immaculately high.
Yep. So yeah, it's gonna be curious. Like if there was talk maybe if he does build a stadium, do they move the rail yards underground? Do they get rerouted around more industrial area, or do they just build a medical center? So, but it's definitely curious to see what the future is gonna bring for it, because maybe he just moves the stadium across the street.
I mean, if anything, at the rate that they're going at, if he buys a medical center and has the medical center there, he's going to have plenty of White Sox players there. So, I mean,
Damn it, Dougie.
money feeding money. Smart man.
A lot
Well,
of Chicago Fire fans too
yeah,
across the street. They just crossed the bridge.
White Sox wing.
yeah. All right. Next topic here. Sox. They signed. Friend alert. Reese McGuire. He is back. Jack. 1 year, $1.2 million deal. And people were immediately wondering, is Carroll being traded? And I don't think so. It seems more like Corey Lee's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Corey Lee I don't think Corey Lee has any real trade value. Maybe you get some low minor league guy, if anything, in return. But I think people already know that Sox are probably going to have to DFA him eventually. So why are you going to trade? Why are you going to trade for him? But do you guys, like having Reese back and instead of giving Corey Lee a shot, even though maybe he's not worth it?
Yeah, I saw people going up in arms about it. Like, why retread Reese McGuire? The jokes write themselves, baby. Like, at least it's given us some sort of entertainment. We know what Corey Lee is, and you could argue that he never really got a fair shot, like in the White Sox system. I would argue we've seen enough of Corey Lee. We know what he is, and I think Will Venable has as well. I think I had a tweet out there, and I didn't even know I did it, but like somebody quote tweeted it today, and it was me from last year saying, "Does Will Venable hate Corey Lee like Pedro Grifol hated?" And now I'm blanking on the name, but like. Maybe they just don't vibe, man. And it's like, yeah, they got to get rid of him. I think, Jay, you mentioned, like, they're going to have to DFA him. I think there's enough need, especially in this day and age as MLB, where, like, you could find somebody to trade for a catcher and like, a decently productive catcher, even if it's a second or third. Will you get anything in return? Probably not. But there's somebody's going to want to trade for him.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you get something and maybe it's a low, like a low minor.
It might be cash considerations.
Or hey,
Cash
you know what? That's Gary's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you looked at his spring, he had 289, but it's nothing, like you already have, I think, with Teal, obviously he's going to be hurt for a few more weeks.
Yeah.
But I think he would have been an okay second option to have. I don't know why you wanted to spend $1.2 million on Reese McGuire, but you could have kept Lee, saved money, have him be temporary, second catcher, until you get Teal back. But
so
I guess, but you said though, maybe Venable doesn't. That's not his guy. So that's the thing.
That's the counterpoint. Is like, it sounds like Kyle Teal is going to be okay. Like he had an interview yesterday talking about like he's already doing a lot of things that like he's ahead of projections. But you definitely don't want to rush him back, right? We've seen what happens when you rush people back, and like this season is not the season. You're not dying for Kyle Teal production. While like I did think Kyle Teal was going to be, I thought there was a possibility that Kyle Teal would be the MVP of this season. Him being hurt stinks. But that just gives an opportunity to Edgar Carroll. And I'm a big Edgar Carroll guy. So I'm excited to see what he can do within these next like 3-4 weeks while they come back with Kyle Teal. And if it wasn't going to be Corey Lee, then yeah, bring in Reese McGuire. He's going to, start every, third or fourth game, and that'll be fine. And, like eventually they come back. I don't know if they're going to carry 3 catchers like they did all of last year or like the second half of last year. It seems stupid.
Yeah.
It seems stupid to carry 3 catchers, especially when you have a backlog of like really good talent in AA and AAA, like ready to go. But like, it seems like Will Venable is just he's afraid of losing that DH spot. And we talked about it last year a couple times when he did the switching and stuff like that. And then you lose the spot. It's like, you just got to figure it out, man. There's a way to DH one and start the other and just keep it going. It's just a matter of like, if they carry 3 catchers for a good part of the beginning of the season, I feel like that's where it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? I feel like Will Venable and Chris Getz have earned a little bit of like leeway, with what they've done within the last 18 months or so. Will Venable 12 months, but like, you can't carry 3 catchers.
No.
Yeah. We also don't know what type of vibes guy Corey Lee is, I mean, maybe he's just rubbing people the wrong way.
It sounds like people love him.
Yeah, it sounds like he was a good clubhouse guy.
Yeah, leadership.
Yeah, people
was one of the
love him.
qualities I heard.
I know.
I was going more for a masturbation joke there.
Yeah,
but
I know. I saw exactly what you were doing with that, but yeah, it sounds like like people liked, or at least the pitchers liked the game that Corey Lee called.
Yeah, right.
Scott Merkin said it yesterday, where it's like people liked him, but it really matters if Will Venable likes you or not.
Sure. Yeah, it could be one of those deals too, like if he's just not fitting in this system, you do right by that person and get him out, and get him a chance somewhere else.
I have a question for you guys, though. How much you think that Venable actually had a say in this, or was it just Chris Getz with the signing of Reese?
I think it's very much similar to a Ryan Poles, Ben Johnson situation. I think they're communicating a lot. A lot of the times, especially in Chicago sports, you see the opposite of that.
Right.
But no, I think this was Will Venable's call. I don't think Chris Getz makes this move to sign Reese McGuire just because, like, on a whim.
Like especially just to have just to spend $1.2 million, on a temporary solution, because once Teal comes back, then what are you doing with Reese? You're just cutting them and eating, the rest of that salary. I mean, I don't get that move, because unless they are going to carry 3 catchers again, which we all just said is kind of a stupid idea. So you're wasting a shit ton of money for a month-ish of Reese, or they're carrying 3 catchers.
Or it's a possibility that the reports, a lot of the times reports are smoke screens. Maybe Kyle Teal's hamstring is worse than we think. And like, even though he walked off and was celebrating with his WBC
where's the fucking wine?
He was happy and stuff like that. A hamstring is a tricky thing. Like, you just don't know.
We've seen in Sox fans have, I think Sox fans have hamstring PTSD.
So
that's why you don't want to rush anything like that back.
Yeah, everyone said 4 to 6 weeks. What if it's 2 months?
Right. Yeah. Or maybe they ease him back and they just make him the DH.
Yeah.
And they don't have him catch.
Yeah. Then you have to have Benintendi in the outfield.
That's one of the things I want to get to. I want to see the least amount of Benintendi possible throughout the season.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some projections here. All right, who's leading the White Sox in home runs this year? In your guys' take?
All right, let's go clockwise because I want to gauge your guys' answers because I feel like I'm gonna have different answers for a couple of these things.
I asked the question, so Joe, you start. We'll go clock. Joe.
I think it'll be.
What the fuck is this?
What? We're going clockwise.
I asked the question. You guys go.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna do the chivalry route and said, "I asked the question. I'll answer first."
Yeah, we're just gonna
Either
start
way.
it. Yeah, let's just start at 4 o'clock. No big deal.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Joey P, go.
All right. I think it'll be Montgomery. I think Montgomery, he's probably going to have a good 30 in him. I think he's 30 plus home runs this year.
Yeah, I'm going with Montgomery as well, but I'm gonna say 29.
Okay.
Damn. All right. So here's the problem. I'm worried about the regression Colson had. And I've never been the Colson guy, and he proved me wrong the second half of the season. I was out, and you guys used to do Jason, you used to do the farm report with the big ass straw, and I would
It's coming back, baby.
And
Coming
I
back
would
in a
just
couple of weeks.
Shit on Colson Montgomery
Bigger,
week
better.
in and week out. And I was happy to be wrong. He's having a shitty ass spring, man. Like, he's having such a bad spring. And I'm the guy that says, like, don't look into preseason numbers. Don't look into spring training numbers, both football or baseball. Like, yeah, we're talking about practice. So hopefully I'm wrong, but it's scaring me. And the other thing that's scaring me is Munetaka Murakami. That should be the answer. We should all be saying Mune, and that's it. We're good to go. Let's see, Yumper saying Mune, or Southside JT saying Mune. Next question. Mooney shots, bro. Austin Hayes, 33 dongs. Mailman Jack, I love you. Lay off the weed. Am I crazy to think Miguel Vargas could lead this team in home runs?
Yes.
Damn it.
Maybe with an injury.
No, you're not very
I
far
just-
off.
So
I'm worried about the regression. I'm worried about the regression for
That's
Colson
fair.
and the Mune, the transition. If Mune starts off hot, I feel like we're cooking with gas. I think Mune should be the answer. But if he has a rough April and rough May, then this team is in a little bit of trouble.
See, I think for me, the reason why Montgomery was my pick is because if they go Montgomery, then Mooney, like Montgomery's going to see pitches because they're not going to want to have a guy. They're not going to want to have a guy on base for Mooney and possibly give up a 2-run dong.
Okay.
Yeah, because Mooney's going to be batting cleanup, right? In all projections.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think,
Fourth.
and that's what I say. You go Montgomery third, and then you got power.
All right, I'm gonna go Mune. I really wanted to go Miguel Vargas. I really want to go to Miguel Vargas. That's
Stick
the
with Vargas.
That's the one thing. No, I'm going.
Don't
to
let the
Mune.
chat bully you.
I want to be right first and foremost. But two,
I don't give a shit about being
I
right.
would like if Mune led the team in home runs.
Oh, I would. Yeah, I'd be
Yeah,
thrilled.
we all would.
I'd be
Yeah.
thrilled.
yeah, I think for home runs, I'm gonna go Mooney too. I'm on the fence between like Kyle Teal and Mooney, but like with Teal potentially not coming back,
Yeah,
if he was starting, I would have probably said Kyle Teal would lead the league in the team in home runs. But yeah, I think based on the injury, I have to go Mooney. Because I do that was one of my topics too, Peter, on my notes here was Colson year 2. Where do we see him? Is he gonna regress? Is he gonna take the next step? I'm kind of worried here that I think he's gonna take a big drop. Obviously, the spring training numbers, like you just mentioned, weren't good, but I'm just worried that there's gonna be more tape on him now. Pitchers are gonna get used to it. They know what he's gonna be, a strikeout or home run kind of guy. I think it's gonna be a big drop in the home run count for Colson. Hope I'm wrong, but
like I said, I just feel like, man, if you put him in the 3 spot, that's a little protection for him, and he'll see better pitches. But I could be wrong.
No,
Yeah.
and the thing that everyone we did we weren't on Media Row for Sox Fest, but I
Right.
listened to a bunch of the podcasts and it was almost like a a chained response from everyone talking is like how flexible and how good Colton Montgomery was when he was slumping. That like he was willing to adjust. He was willing to go back to Arizona. He was willing to do this thing because he wants to be good. That's the kind of fire that like you hope, like when he does struggle, it's not a long issue. So that gives me hope that maybe Montgomery could figure it out. And there's some people that like once you figure it out and it clicks. And you saw that the second half of the season. So I'm not like the sky is falling on him. I'm just like a little bit worried about like because the sophomore slump is a thing. It's a thing not only in baseball but like in all sports. I'm worried about it, but I think in the long run he'll be fine.
Yeah, I hope so. I think personally year 2 is going to be a down year for him.
Okay. Fair.
All right. RBIs. I'll go since I let people go first. I'm going to go first this time. RBIs. I'm going to go with Carroll.
Damn, is he playing enough to lead the team in RBIs?
He better be. Because if he's not, because if he's not playing, at least 5 days a week, then Venable's got something fucking wrong with him.
Damn, that would be. You know what? We'll do this next week, and we'll tease. We got a guest coming on next week, subbing in for Dougie. So I'll send him the question. I'd be really interested to see the splits and like the starts between Carroll and Teal to end the year. Not like whatever Vegas or Zip has, but like whatever we think is gonna happen. But yeah, I would love that, Jay. I'm all in. I love Edgar Carroll. I think as long as he doesn't get traded, I think he has a bright future with the White Sox.
Yeah. Joey, Dougie?
I think for our RBI leader this year is going to be Miguel Vargas. I think he can clean up.
Yep.
He's projected to bat either third or fifth. So I think that gives him enough opportunity to drive in 80 plus at least.
Yeah.
And I think that he's an everyday third baseman. So
yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. That's where I was going with this too. I think he's going to be the 5th spot guy. I mean, I could be wrong. He could be, he could be the 3, but I think he's going to be the 5th spot guy. And yeah, I think he's going to clean up on some bases here. Nice little doubles, knocking stuff home all the time. So, yeah, I'm going Vargas as well.
It's also a thing of like him and Mooney. Like Vargas and Mooney are like the only 2 guys that like have no position battles. I know like Colson is secured at shortstop, but he probably will slump. He probably will need a couple days off here and there and stuff like that. I feel like Mooney and Vargas are going to be in the lineup as much as possible. So I'm also going because I don't think he has the power to translate to the home run leader, which I wanted to. I really wanted to.
I mean, he can still give 20 probably.
But RBI for sure, Vargas. And I'm looking at it from last year. Lenyn Sosa led the team with 75. And I said Lenyn Sosa this year was like a man without a position, but like that bat translates. He might find his way
lead home runs.
But I just don't think they are interested in having Lenyn play as much as he should. He earned it, right? Like that bat earned more playing time, but he's like a man without a position. So I am going Miguel Vargas.
Okay. Yeah, I think once Teal comes back, it's going to be very interesting to see how much Venable has both Teal and Carroll in the lineup, because those are the 2 of your best hitters. You gotta find, you want to win games, you gotta find ways to get both of them in. All right, so let's go over to pitching side. Who's going to have the most wins?
Damn. So I had this. Realistically, it should be Shane Smith, no question. He's the hoss. He's the number 1. He's the horse of the pitching staff. The thing that worries me about Shane Smith is not necessarily because he's a Rule 5 guy, but like it's a lot to ask for someone to go back to back with that much success. I mean, he was in the All-Star game last year.
Yeah.
He has
Well,
the stuff.
Well, don't forget too, he's going to be going up against a lot of number ones now.
Mhm.
Right. So he has the stuff. The one guy that like I feel like is just treading water and like no one really projects him to do much of anything except for eat innings. But eventually I feel like that is the way to go about it is Davis Martin, the dart. Like besides the hair flowing and the locks, glistening in the wind. He's not great, but I think he could be good enough to sneak like a couple wins where, and especially this team this year compared to last year, they should be able, because of the bullpen, to sneak a couple more wins for the pitchers than they were last year, right? Because last year the bullpen, especially the beginning of the year, between the April and May, that bullpen was so atrocious that maybe the pitchers should have gotten a couple more wins that the bullpen blew. I think Davis Martin can. It should be Shane Smith, but I'm going Davis Martin.
Okay.
I'm going to go Anthony Kay.
I know. I was in between the two. I think Anthony Kay can be the guy too.
Yeah, he had a decent spring up until today when he got rocked for 7 runs.
So that's the thing. If Kay is that good, does he get traded? Probably, right?
Probably,
but maybe even Davis Martin too.
But then he can we grandfather in his wins at another team?
No.
How this works, bro.
We're doing White Sox wins.
He goes to the Dodgers and he gets 17 more wins.
Yeah, the Mets or the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Anthony Kay. I just I think he's gonna be probably the most solid for the rotation pieces.
I'm gonna go Shane Smith. I think that he just
That's
runs it
the
back.
right answer.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he might even get one more win than he got last year. Perfectly stated, Peter, when you were talking about how maybe the bullpen will be just a smidge better this year than last year.
They should be,
especially in the beginning of the year. They get off to a pretty good start, and yeah, I think Shane just runs it back.
All right, I'm going wild card here, like absolute wild card. How Fetty got his groove back. I'm going Fetty. I'm going Fetty, and I'm gonna say he leads the team with only 9 wins.
Oh,
God damn it!
Not even double digits.
9 was the number I was going with.
All right,
Shane.
you know what?
I think he only gets 9 wins because I think that we're gonna have a lot of bullpen wins this year. Like it's gonna be like a lot of like tie games going into where it starts becoming a bullpen matchup or whatever, and then our bullpen will hold out a lot better than it did last year. So I think going to be a lot of bullpen W's this year.
That's the thing, and like the White Sox last year, even though they were exponentially better, 19 wins better than the worst season ever in the history of ever.
Fucking Treasy.
Fetty's toast, man. The fact I love
coming
that
back to Chicago, baby.
I love maybe the Chicago treats him well, like last time he was there.
Yep.
But that guy, I mean, he ain't got nothing left in the tank.
What if he only lasts 9 starts, but every one of them's a win?
And then he still finishes the season with the most wins.
Right.
But going back to your point, both Dougie and Joey, I think the bullpen's going to be better like especially in the beginning part of this year.
Yeah.
The White Sox should be in better shape with 1-run games. I mean, the last 2 seasons, the 1-run game stats are like atrocious because like you just lose them in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. They should be better to where like even if you cut those things in half, you're winning a good amount of games.
I mean, their bullpen was 18th last season in MLB,
but
so
a lot of
they
that
weren't horrible. They were
no,
bad,
but they
weren't like.
But they were climbing because second half of the season, the bullpen was actually really
I was going to say
not really good, but good. The April and May last year was brutal for the bullpen.
Right.
I was going to say I would love to see the comparison between first half and second half from last year.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to get those numbers.
And Taylor most wins.
Real quick before I get to our next projection here.
Sorry.
From Road Dog, hit ball far, team go far. Happy baseball season, boys. Cheers. Cheers, Road Dog. We'll see you around the park pretty soon.
Road Dog.
All right, so last prediction here. Mune, how many home runs you think he's? Let's go like home run, strikeouts, RBI. What are you guys thinking here?
All right, we didn't have this one like written down.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for this one. Hold on.
I'm doing the math in my head, but it should be. All right, I'm not gonna say what I think he's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what I'd be happy with.
Okay.
Wait, no. All right, now I don't know if I'm doing the glass half or glass full, glass half full. Give me 33 home runs.
I was gonna say 32, so we're in the same. I'm doing 32.
That's like best case scenario. Like obviously, like if he hits 40, we're all fucking coming in lot B.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think 33 is like my peak of like, oh yeah, he had a good season.
I think Mune's going to be about 25 personally, because he's going to get figured out pretty quick, and just the start of his career in MLB. Also, he has to really adjust to MLB pitching. So I think his first year will be pretty conservative, so to speak.
Did you see Shohei telling him to
pick that elbow up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's we need more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm with Joey. I'm going 23. I think 23 home runs.
That would have led the league, or I mean, that would have led the Sox last year.
Yeah, right. I always have a little fear when you have like someone of his stature and hype and everything like that coming over to a new team. The other factor too that I think of a lot too is like almost kind of like what the Blackhawks are dealing with, like Lechinov or whatever, a guy that doesn't really speak the language as the team. Like I'm just being honest. Like it's like stuff just doesn't translate, like you don't have that comfortability, being around certain people and stuff like that. I feel like he's gonna have moments to where we're like, holy shit, he hit 2 home runs in a game, and had X amount of RBIs and stuff like that. But then I think overall at the end of the season or whatever, I think it's going to be like a freshman year that we're kind of like, okay, like hopefully he picks it up next year.
Has to find his identity.
Yeah, right? Exactly. And I really hope that I'm wrong. I hope that this like clips, gets clipped and gets thrown back in my face. But yeah, I'm going 23.
One, how dare you? Because Lechinov is a bum. I've said he's a bum for a long time, and I don't think Munetaka Murakami is that bad. Lechinov
will be.
Yeah. The one thing that helps him is there's pressure because like us as White Sox fans, or especially like White Sox Twitter, like the sickos.
Pressure at it.
The sickos are like, but like he didn't go to the Dodgers, he didn't go to the Yankees, he didn't go to the Red Sox or any of the big teams. I don't think the pressure is as bad as if he were over there. I think he's still gonna see, the Twins and the Royals and everyone else a good amount of time to where he will be able to adjust and feast on a good amount of the bad teams. So yeah, you said 23, that, like I mentioned, would have led the White Sox last year. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's a little more than that.
I hope it is. I just think that the lights are a little brighter over here.
This microphone has been a piece of shit for like 2 weeks. Chirizi mentioned this yesterday or today too. I'm going to fix it.
Looks like we have to expense a new mic soon. All right, guys, I'm gonna bring back start of the season, so I'm gonna give you 5 hot takes here, and you just tell me if you agree with them or not. Debate them. Always fun before the start of the season. All right, first one: the Sox will win over 70 games this season.
I'll start. I don't think that they're going to win over 70 games. I think that was the number that I had, 70. They're going to win 70 on the head. They're not cool enough to land on 69. They're not good enough to win 71. So 70 was my number that I had written down.
I had 65 just ingrained in my brain this year. The under on whatever the over is set at, just under it.
I said I would be happy as long as they don't lose 100 games. So like 71 wins would be 91 losses. I feel like that's too many. Or I mean, like that's too big of a buffer. I'm going under. I think.
Going on?
Yeah, I think I'm going under. Unfortunately, I'd be. I mean, dude, don't get me wrong. If they lost, like, if they went, what would that be? 72 and 90? That'd be fucking awesome. I'd be happy. That's a big leap. That's a good number, Jay. Yeah, I'm going under. 60. Give me 68. Like Doug. They're just not good enough to. There's zero. If they win 69 games, we're printing shirts. You believe me that? I'm telling you right now. Yeah. 69 wins, we're printing the shirts.
A very nice 69 wins. I'm taking over on this. I'm taking over 70. I
hope you're right. I
think they're gonna sneak out like one or two close ones. They can't be that bad in 1-run games again this season. I think they're gonna sneak out a couple more. We're gonna get around. I think everyone like JT saying 72, Jack 73. I think it's gonna be around that 71, 72 mark.
Yeah.
Gonna really need the pitching staff to come through to get to that point.
Dude,
we're hoping.
I thought for a small moment, Baloney was going to hit us with a 6-7, but then he went 6-8.
Yeah. Pacoda had him at 69 wins. So Pacoda's usually they're pretty spot on with their projections, even though sometimes I motherfuck them when they always come out and say the Sox are going to finish in 4th place this year. And I go, fuck you, Pacoda. And then end of the season, I'm like, God damn it, they were right. The Sox finished 4th place.
Was that before or after the Kyle Teal injury that you grabbed that stat?
Oh, that's a good question.
So this was going to be my question to you guys. I don't know where the Sox are going to end up wins-wise. It could be 69. It could be 72. It could be 73, whatever. I think that there's a chance the Twins are worse than the White Sox. I think there's a really good chance the Twins are worse than the White Sox. So that was going to be my question. Do they end up in last place in the AL Central? Because I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I think it's 4th place finish, and
yeah,
could be even a 3rd if one of the other if KC has like a falling off. I know their pitching is gonna.
That's a problem because if the Twins are really bad, the Sox are bad, and then there's another team in that mix, that means the Tigers are winning like 100 games.
Yeah,
easily.
Makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
All right. My second hot take here. Last season, the Sox hit 165 home runs. That was 23rd overall in MLB. This season, the Sox will be in the top half of home runs.
No,
we don't have enough power.
They don't have. Their outfield stinks.
Yeah.
Typically, like there's a good amount of power that comes from like the corner outfielders.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about like I want to see less of Andrew Benintendi. If that projection is to be made, Andrew Benintendi has to have like 25 home runs. What did he hit last year? I'll look it up. He was like around there. He hit 20.
Yeah.
So like there's a possibility he hits 25 and then like everyone else kind of creeps up. I don't think they're in the top half of home runs. They just don't have the talent yet.
Right.
So everyone's going no, huh?
No.
JT's saying lefty bats work at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink the Kool-Aid. I'm gonna say they're gonna sneak in there.
I love Road Dogg saying start the Antonacci for left field campaign now. Yeah, sign me up.
May 25th.
Yeah.
May 25th. All right.
Wow.
Cleveland wins the division. I don't believe in Detroit. Yeah, I could see that.
It's a 2-horse race. Everyone else is.
It is.
battling for the bottom.
All right, my next take here. Mooney is gonna be an all-star in his first season.
Fuck. So here's the thing. Now I'm stealing a bit. I apologize. I was on the Hot Take and Heaters podcast with Danny Miller and Jacob Dome, and they are doing the bingo thing. Dougie, you have a square in the White Sox season bingo.
Yeah.
My whole thing was that there hasn't been 2 White Sox All-Stars since 2022, I believe. 2021 maybe. Because when you're the worst team in baseball, you only get one representative, like by pity. And I was like, if this is I'm not counting wins and losses, but like if this is a successful season, if Carroll does this and Teal does this, and like maybe one of the pitchers gets called up, and one of the things I thought of was the White Sox have 2 All-Stars. For that to happen, I think it's going to be a relief pitcher for sure. And then maybe Munetaka Murakami. But for that to happen, he has to really come out the gates hot. And like first base, I mean, you just look at the All-Stars at first base, like there's a good amount of them.
Log jam.
Yeah, there's a log jam. So I thought, I don't think so. I don't think Mooney gets there. But there's a possibility Shane Smith plus like Sir Anthony Dominguez or something.
Ooh, what if we go Mooney and Fetty with 9 wins in the first half of the season?
Now it's gonna be like Mean Girls. Stop trying to make Fetty happen.
Dude, hey, as soon as Fetty goes like 0-1, I'm gonna be like, let's go.
Trade him.
8 more.
Oh, man.
I hope he gets traded just for he doesn't get the.
He gets to 8.
Or just get you excited just enough.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll get 8 really early and then like couldn't get the 9th one, period.
He'll go on a different kind of streak.
Yeah.
Nah, guys, I wish that Mooney can make it this. I don't think he'll make this All-Star this first go around. I just don't. But yeah, I do agree with Shane Smith. At some point, he can probably make it as a reserve starter or something like that. Very similar to what we experienced.
I said injuries counts, right? Like, so like, especially at the end of like the first half of the season, depending on how spots start happening, like the pitchers rest and stuff like that. There's always like a couple people that missed the All-Star game due to either injury or like they started early or late or whatever. So like, I think a Sox pitcher can make it that way. And then like a relief pitcher, whether it's, Sir Anthony Dominguez or anyone else, like they could sneak in there. So I'm hoping for 2.
I'm going Mooney is going to make the All-Star his first season because I think we're underestimating the fan vote. And I think the Japanese people and the population are going to come out in droves and vote for him.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Like how much, like, I don't know the weight of like, how much did the fan vote count? Because if that's the case, then Mooney is the only All-Star and then my square is fucked.
Well, but isn't like the starting lineup supposed to be voted on by the fans? Like 100%, isn't it? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, I don't
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think he could have like the worst season to start off with and he'll be like top 3 in with the fan voting.
Yeah, I'm in for that.
Yeah. All right, I got 2 more here for you guys. Fourth one here. Noah and Hagen, they will be called up before June 1st.
Both?
Yeah, both of them will be up here before June 1st.
I don't think so. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Tanner McDougal is going to get there before one of the 2.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the curveball there.
I would like, by the end of the season, give starts to all 3. September call-ups, do what you have to do, get the young guys in. But yeah, no, I think the hype on Tanner McDougal especially this offseason, has been like ramping
Well,
up.
he
to
was
where, like,
he was in my farm report last year a lot because he was doing really well.
yeah, and like, like there is like, hopefully, we're printing the Hulk Hogan shirts. And like, Noah Schultz has been my guy because I said he's a weirdo. I like all the tall pitchers that are freakazoids. But no, I think Tanner McDougal is going to get there before they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it happening unless there's like some kind of unforeseen injuries that happen and, a lot of spots open up and
Or trades.
more trades.
Trades was
Yeah.
going to be my answer.
Yeah, I just
Fetty trade.
Anthony K trade.
man,
After he
come
gets
on,
those,
man.
after he starts off and gets those 8 wins right
8
away.
wins. 8 wins. Yeah, but maybe then I'll get traded to the Red Sox and get another win for the Sox. I don't know. We didn't say White Sox. Yeah, I just don't see it, especially before June 1st. If you were telling me somewhere closer to the All-Star break where you would see a lot more trade action, maybe. But June 1st seems pushing it.
Yeah. I think I'm after June 1st. I think probably best case would be like mid-June for both of them.
I'd be happy with the fall. Like,
Again,
don't rush. Like,
Yeah,
I know,
after the All-Star break.
They're on the precipice. I understand that. Both McDougal, Schultz, and Smith. Like, they're right there, depending on who gets there first. But like, you don't have to rush it.
Yeah. Now I think the question would be a lot harder if you said August 1st. Like post trade deadline. I think the trade deadline's on the 31st, right? Of July. Yeah. If you said August 1st, now you're kind of starting to get to those fall call up areas. Trades might have happened, injuries.
Okay. All right. Last one I got for you guys, and we talked about the bullpen a little while ago. My last take here is the bullpen will be the strength of this team and finish with a top 15 ERA and WAR.
Yeah. No, I'm in.
Yeah.
I think the second half of last year showed it, and like they've revamped and like they've brought in a couple other guys. Sir Anthony Dominguez, most notably.
Next step for Grant Taylor. He's gonna be a big
Grant Taylor. Vassell being hurt sucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that really hurts. That really hurts this projection. But I think they have enough guys, they have enough arms, and I think they have enough talent now to where, I agree with you. I think, like I mentioned previously, like the bullpen keeping the Sox in close games is going to be the main part of like them getting from 2 seasons ago, worst team in baseball, to 19 games better, to getting the next step up. So yeah, I'm in on that, Jay.
All right, I like it.
I think personally they're going to be very damn close to it, but I don't think they will. I think they'll be somewhere in like that 16, 17, 18 range.
Okay.
But it'll be like damn close. It'll be like enough to where you're like, we saw a difference, respectable, but I don't think that they're going to be a top 15. But right there.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make it. I think they'll probably finish just over 20th. Because baseball is a very long season. Dog days of summer. Injuries are going to happen. Trades are going to happen, especially if a couple of the pieces, Sir Anthony or someone else, piques another team's interest at the deadline. Especially a contender that's willing to pay a couple, 2-3 great prospects. I don't think in the end the bullpen can hold up.
I'd be interesting to see, JT, for the people listening on the podcast, bullpen ERA will be bottom 10 because of blowout games and eating innings and letting last guys in pen eat it. I don't think there's going to be as many blowout games as there were the last 2 seasons. That's another main part of like more closer games, 1 run, 2 run, 3 run losses. Yeah, there's going to be times where this team just doesn't have the talent to, sustain long winning streaks, but I think they're good enough to where like they could stop long losing streaks, and a lot of that has to do with just blowouts. So yeah, there's going to be some, obviously, like we're projecting them for 69 wins, so that's still very shitty. But I think a lot of those are gonna be closer than like the blowouts of 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you got any more, Jay?
Nope, that was it. That was my
Okay.
five. That was my 5 takes.
I have one.
Okay.
I want to hear what your guys' thoughts. Longest winning streak, longest losing streak.
Ooh. All right. Longest winning streak is going to be 4 games. Longest losing is going to be 7.
4-game winning streak. That's not enough, man. Fuck. That's a good question, Dougie.
Win 4, lose 1, win 4, lose 2, win 4.
I think they'll rattle off a week, man. And you know what? I should bring up or pull up the schedule.
The schedule.
They'll rattle off a week where they win 6 games. 6-game winning streak is I'd be so happy with that.
Yeah.
Losing streak. Pitching, bullpen. They're going to go through some tough times, especially I know that like that Dodgers window is going to be tough. I'd say 7. Okay. 6, 7. See, I got you.
I think they can actually string up 8, especially within division. 8
wins or losses.
Wins. I think they can do about 8 wins. Losses, on the other hand, there's a couple. I mean, there's some dreadful stretches. Probably I could see them losing 11 in a row. Yeah, I could see something bad like that depending on some of the later matches we have.
11.
Yeah.
If they lose 11 in a row, there's going to be a lot of angry drinking Sox fans.
No, I'll tell you what, there will be a lot of Jerry the Clown t-shirt selling. That's what it'll be a lot of.
Oh, I think we need Ishbia shirt now. Like,
yeah.
That's a good one, Dougie.
Yeah. So yeah. I think I'm more along the lines of what Jason was saying. I'm gonna say we'll see a 5-game winning streak. But I do believe we're gonna see like a nice 8-game losing streak here. It's just there is that tough part of the schedule, and I think they're just going to take it on the chin. So, 5 wins, 8 losses. That's a rose.
11 is a problem. Joey, you're supposed to be our positivity guy.
Well, I'm positively sure that's what's going to happen.
Fuck.
All right. Before we talk some Sox food, couple things. Number 1, Whiskey at Comiskey. We are less than 2 weeks away. 10 days, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy shit.
It's creeping up on us. Opening day is on Thursday, and then we're going to be back on the 2nd for our first Whiskey at Comiskey. And we want to thank everyone who already RSVP'd. We have over 260 RSVPs right now. So I still want that 300 by opening day. But yeah, we got, a lot of tasty sandwiches from JP Graziano's. We got our boy Greg from Maker's Mark. We got our friends from Manuscript showing up. We got the Malort Princess. She posted on Instagram yesterday. She has this nice little like Malort shot, machine, like shot luge. I hope she brings that. And then we got our friends Off Hours from Rover Beer. They're back, and we're going to be giving all the tasty beers. So it's going to be fun times, guys. Music will be blasting. Peter, you did you have the tweet out there for curating the playlist. So thank everyone who submitted to that. It's going to be vibes are going to be high.
A lot of good suggestions, a lot of bad suggestions. The playlist will be out. It'll be bumping. It'll be at least like 6 hours long because we don't want any repeats during the playlist. So
no repeats.
It'll be good.
So make sure you guys get there early. As I mentioned, we got JP Graziano's. We got the Gordo man. He's bringing 100 tamales. So get there early. Keep an eye on our socials for when we're up and running. And don't forget that this year Lot B is premium parking. So you might have to walk over now if you don't want to spend give Jerry the extra money for the premium pass. But we'll be out there bright and early, getting ready for a shit show of a day. So it's gonna be fun. And then As we mentioned, all of our Sox content is powered by Taste Real Chicago. Start of the season, first pitch. Log on to tasterealchicago.com. Fill up your cart with all the tasty goodness for beef kits, muffaletta, jardiniere, seasoning, merch. You get 25% off. 25% off that runs from first pitch on Thursday to last pitch on Sunday. You're not going to beat that deal. 25% off at tasterealchicago.com. Promo code BUMS. Don't forget that. You can't just go on. Don't pay full price. Full price is for suckers. Enter code BUMS. Taste Real Chicago. Get 20% off during the Brewers series. And we want to see, tag us with all those pictures of the beef kits. And maybe we'll get, or beef kits, all your orders. Tag us with your order. And maybe we'll throw a nice little something opening day for you.
Yeah, I like that. Dougie, you had a beautiful rimmed glass. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna do a Bloody Mary and everything like that. Normally I'm the tahini guy or whatever, all out of tahini or whatever. And I'm like, shit, man. And I go up in the cabinet and I'm like, do I want to do crushed red pepper? And then I was like, I got the jardiniere seasoning. I'm like, I got to give that a go. So I took a little Mike's Hot Honey and put it around the rim because I was going extra spicy.
I didn't even think of that. That's beautiful.
So it did a little Mike's Hot Honey and then had that hot jardiniere binder. Oh man, I'm not going back, baby. I'm not going back. That thing, nice little taste on it.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that this weekend.
I did the hot jardiniere seasoning on a home run oven pizza.
Okay.
You just get it from the Jewel. It was and I tossed some of that on there. Big fan. I did not film a video, but next time I probably will because it was that good.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of good food, you guys got to go try some tasty food on Wednesday. So let's do the rundown here. What do you guys got for the Sox food coming to the park this season?
All right, yeah. Shout out to everyone at the White Sox. Thank you for having the Bums for the second year in a row. Hopefully, we make this a yearly thing. I think we will. But yeah, first one. I think we have to start with the fan favorite, the Campfire Milkshake 2.0. Basically, they're running it back, just bigger.
Yeah.
Now, I hope that they actually make these the way they're supposed to be made, and they don't just give up after a week. And
the Nesquik powder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everyone was saying how good they were like the first 2 weeks of the season, and then they, tasted like shit. So
try telling you.
I will say the first 3 or 4 slides were things that were really hyped up. They've been hyping them up, but they weren't available to try. That being said, we've had the Campfire Milkshake. I know what it tastes like. It's fine. It's good. I ain't trying to shit my pants. But
here, the one thing that I want to bring up before we get to the next slide is they were promoting this Campfire Milkshake 2.0 as like, hey, it's good for sharing. These fat asses in the stands are buying one for themselves. Like it's a solo beverage for some people.
If it was for sharing, it should have like 4 or 5 straws in it.
Well, it's got 2. They kept saying it's shareable for 2. The size of this thing, it would feed my entire family. And I'm a big dude, and I take the majority of the share, but it would share for the entire for Fonseca family.
Yeah, I would say, like, I was talking with Cornsey about this or whatever, and we were going back and forth the day before about what the new flavor would be. I think overall majority, like, of the people that were up there, that was the big balk on everything. Was everybody was like, oh, they didn't really do a new one. Like, I hope.
Well, because they did the birthday cake last year, everyone was expecting something new.
Something, yeah. And so I'm hoping that this is kind of just like a prelude to something more, like this is just kind of like the first wave, and that they will try something else. But we'll see, because that was the overall consensus. Everybody was just kind of like, it's kind of the same thing.
I will say now, I don't want to like, we always say peek behind the curtain, and I don't want to break kayfabe or anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wrestling thing. They had a worker there, and we talk shit about the White Sox and how they run their operations and stuff like that, but they know where their bread is buttered. they had a guy there. I felt bad for the kid.
Yeah.
I was like, he was on milkshake wipe duty. So like
yeah.
anytime there was a little bit of condensation on the milkshake, he was just like wiping the entire rim of the glass. And I'm like, they got you on wipe duty? He's like, yeah. I'm like, fuck.
Dude. Every time I saw him do that, I just thought of the Family Guy when like he would lift up his boob and he's like, Diego, sweaty, like get my under boob,
Jason, that sounds like you and me at a Saturday detention at St. Lawrence for 3 hours.
Yep.
We got a jug, literally.
Yeah.
All right, what's next, Peter?
All right, next one is the Chicago All-Star lineup. It's a sampler platter. It's a Chicago-style hot dog, a charred kielbasa, a Bona Italian beef, Garrett popcorn, and that's at the 300 level.
I'd fuck with that. Yeah, except I never sit in the 300 level, so
Yeah.
But if I ever do, because someone gives me like free tickets or something, I will eat that.
I saw this hyped up all over the place. Not necessarily the day that we went, but it was all over the news. I saw a segment on Fox 32. I think I saw one on NBC5. They were really pushing the All-Star Chicago lineup.
Mhm.
This is for tourists. This is for someone coming out from out of town to try a little bit of everything from Chicago. I like it. It's a good idea. But like me, I'm not gonna go and get one of these things. I know, one, I don't like Bona beef, but like I know what all of these things taste like. This is geared for tourists.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's to be shared.
Yeah. And I would become a Navy Pier if it was a food.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
The Southside Supreme is another thing that they were pushing. It looked unbelievable.
I know.
It's a Beggar's home plate.
You get to
pizza.
try this one?
They did not have Beggar's
did not
Pizza
have that
there.
one.
So it was only there for photo ops, but we didn't get to try it. It's a pizza topped with sausage, Bona beef, Italian peppers, onions, and giardiniera. I would fuck with this. We just didn't get to try it.
So question for you guys, since you were there, that Italian beef looks burnt as fuck. Is that just the bad lighting, or was it really like
It might be
crispy?
It might be a little bad lighting. In my opinion, this didn't really like play like a deep dish. This was more like a Detroit style, like you know how like the burnt edges on it and everything like that.
Okay, gotcha.
But
more pan.
Yeah, exactly. But I will tell you this, no knock on the White Sox, but they did use a subpar giardiniera. They could have went with JP Graziano's much better product.
It's a great point, Dougie. It's a great point.
Very smart.
Yeah, they didn't have this available to try. It was more for display. They had a couple of these options where it's like, just take a picture of it, but like there's no food available. There was like some, and I don't want to name names. I actually don't know their name, but it was like some like food influencer from Chicago. They just ended up picking up this whole pizza and taking a picture of it. And you could tell the White Sox were kind of freaking out about it because it was like perfectly displayed. It's almost like, like a McDonald's or Burger King ad where like the burger doesn't look like the burger that you're going to get. This pizza is not going to look like that by like third week of the season. But like they had it like perfectly placed and everything. And then this lady just picks it up and like starts taking a picture of it. And everyone's like, what the fuck? But I'm like, that's not that's a, again, kayfabe pizza.
I want to know how long it takes before this home run plate shaped pizza starts looking like a fucking trapezoid or like a rhombus or some shit.
Yeah. Eventually they're just going to give up on it. It's just going to be a circle again, But I to Peter's point or whatever, there was a lady like right before the whole thing started. I mean, like, dude, she was literally out there with tweezers and she was like getting everything perfectly, like, photogenic and everything like that. And so like, this lady just kind of picked it up right before they started shooting, and it was just like a moment.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, it's heavy. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
I got some bad news. We got some breaking news. We got a Jeff Passan here. Pete Crow Armstrong is not going to the Yankees. He just signed a long-term deal with the Cubs.
Really?
Details are coming through, but yeah, I was giving Praz shit because I'll be like, yeah, take your PCA hype. He's gonna be a Yankee in 2 years, and fuck, I'm wrong on that.
They might trade.
Yeah, they may trade for him.
They might. So okay. Anyways, continue, Peter.
That
Yeah,
news could have broke 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if it was on the Bums in the Bleachers podcast instead of ours. But we'll take it. This is the last of the food we didn't try. This is the fajita dog. The foot-long Vienna beef hot dog sauteed in onions, sauteed peppers, and avocado crema. Specialty dogs, section 113. You guys fuck with the fajita dog?
Yep. That's gonna be probably one of the first things I try this season.
Yeah, I might Lady and the Tramp this one with Sandy.
Oh,
Make sure you take a
Dude.
video.
I thought for sure you were gonna say me. Yeah, I would fuck with that. There was the other thing that we didn't try, but they also didn't have it. Was that a repe burger?
They had a arepa burger. They had a couple Puerto Rican things that they did not have available, and one of the things they didn't even have available for pictures. So they have a arepa burger that looked fantastic. Yep. They had a Puerto Rican bowl that was on the menu. Sounded awesome, just like Puerto Rican rice and beans and protein and everything else. I'm like, almost like a Chipotle bowl, if you will. I'm like, I don't care where that's at. I will try that. They just didn't have it available for pictures or like tasting. And I'm like, God damn, that was like burying the lead, because I would have fucked with that thing hard.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm gonna try that repe burger.
Yeah, the arepa burger is good.
Quick
good.
super from Gerard O'Sullivan. Jumping on late tonight. The rumors of my demise are greatly exaggerated. Hashtag vote for Baloney. Hashtag vote bum. Cheers, Jer.
Cheers, Jer.
Fantastic picture of Jerry on top of the bar at Casey's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Peter.
All right, now we're cooking with gas, because this is the stuff we actually tried. This is the machete. It's basically a giant quesadilla with chicken chorizo, Oaxaca cheese, orange salsa, and there's a vegetarian option available for all the losers that don't eat meat.
Yes, this will probably be the first thing I try at the ballpark. I'm going to do the machete right away.
Yeah, I agree. This is the one that Sandy and me had already picked out. This is going to soak up tons of whiskey from Comiskey and not Pete.
Yeah,
there you go. I will say they pandered to the white folks pretty good, because they kept saying giant quesadilla.
Yeah, because nobody knew how to say machete.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, man. And Fitzmagic was there. Fitzmagic, noted food critic, White Sox Twitter food critic. Fitzmagic was there. And I was telling him how, like, I really do fuck with machetes. I go to a place, no free ads, but Henry's on 88th Avenue in Justice. They do a mean machete with, like, some asada, and they do a handmade corn tortilla. This was a flour tortilla. That's the one thing that bothered me about it. I'd much rather it be a handmade corn tortilla. But, like, I know you got to mass produce these, right? Like, so, like, you have to make it the easiest available option. The best thing about this was the salsa. It was like stone ground. It was fresh. The salsa on this thing was fantastic.
Yeah, the salsa was lights out. Yeah. You could tell there was some love put in that.
Mm. All right.
This was the chicken and waffles. Dougie, this was your dish.
Yeah, the chicken and waffles. I thought it played out very, very well. It was a Belgian waffle with buttermilk fried chicken, a local honey. I didn't try any of the fruit or anything like that. Unfortunately, this is another Stadium Club only menu item. It had a really nice taste to it, almost like a glazed donut more than a waffle. That's just how good the Belgian waffle was with the honey. I will say this, and a couple of people agreed with me, like the size of it is there, and if that is the serving size, this is a shareable thing, because it would become like too much for one person. It's like almost overly sweet, overly, like gluttonous kind of. But it was good.
Yeah,
Really good.
There's zero chance I'm doing it at the ballpark ever.
Yeah, I mean, the way I was after I got off filming or whatever, I was talking with Peter. I'm like, this would be like, you come to the ballpark on a Sunday and you're hungover. Like
Yeah.
this,
Like
this would.
before the
Yeah.
game starts, kind of
Yep.
thing.
Yep. But seeing as that it's in the stadium club, like I said, probably we would never really get to it.
All right, next up is the Italian scallion, dry-cured pepperoni, prosciutto, ham, seasoned lettuce, tomato, Dusseldorf mustard scallion, and on a focaccia bread. It's available in the Stadium Club and DB Kaplan's Express 300 level. DB Kaplan's, I feel like they this is like a thing that they're like remodeling or stuff like that. Like there's like a huge like deli. I know that there's one behind the 108, but the DB Kaplan's they kept talking about was 300 level.
Yeah.
So this is probably the same thing because you said Stadium Club. Last year, Peter, we got to try their Italian sandwich. They had another version of this, and I really liked it to the point when one time when I did, get some Stadium Club passes last season, I was like, oh man, I want to go get this sandwich.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw it was like $25 in the Stadium Club, and I'm like, I'm not paying $25 for a fucking Italian sandwich. Like, just out of principle, I can't do that. As much as I wanted to try that. So this one, again, same thing, looks really good. I wanted to smash the fuck out of this, but I guarantee it's going to be over $20 again.
And I will say, as much as I liked this sandwich on Media Day, there's a much better Italian sandwich in the Chicagoland area. Can you guys, guess what I'm talking about?
Does it start with Mr. and end with G?
It is a Mr. G from JP Graziano's.
Yeah. But I will tell you, nice little touch that they did with this Italian sandwich with the focaccia bread. That focaccia bread was lights out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be day in and day out for, like 82 games. But the day that we got it, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Wingman chicken wings, crispy chicken wings served with fries. The sauces and dry rubs available are buffalo, mango habanero, garlic parmesan, and lemon pepper. It's in the outfield section 113.
My wife Sarah is very excited for the lemon pepper wings. She cannot wait to try those. She loved your review, Peter, on the lemon pepper. So she will definitely be getting those sooner than later. I am a big mango habanero slut. So I will be trying those as well. But that's going to be down the pecking order of my list because I have to get that machete and then the fajita dog. Maybe I just knock out two in one day. Maybe I'll just be a fat ass on opening day. But the chicken wings will be on my list eventually.
Yeah, I'm a wing guy too. And
sorry, Joe. But you made a good point though, Peter. You have to kind of eat these at a table.
Yeah, that was the one thing, and I actually talked to it was both Brooks Boyer and Mike Downey, and like, what did you guys like? They asked us like, what did you like the most? And we're gonna get to a couple of the things we like the most, but like the lemon pepper wings for me really stood out. But I'm like, I don't know where I would eat them. Like, I have to have either like a bar ledge or a table. Like, I'm not ordering wings and bringing them to the section, just like fucking tossing chicken bones to section 108. That's crazy. So as much as I like them, they were fantastic. Both of them. The garlic parmesan that we tried and the lemon pepper were really, really good. I'm a big lemon pepper guy. But yeah, you have to eat them at a table or like like a bar top or something. But they have a bunch of those in the outfield. The outfield is kind of like lined with like, like kind of like countertops. So you should be able to find one.
What were you gonna say, Joey?
No, I was just gonna say that I'm a wing guy, so I'm very excited to get to try some of these dry rubs out, especially. So
yeah, we unfortunately didn't get to try the mango habanero. I was kind of looking forward to that because I like Jason, I really do like mango habanero. It's just sometimes you get those ones to where like the mango's too overpowering,
too sweet.
And it's too sweet, and because you're always going to get that heat from the habanero, but it's sometimes when they go way too hard on the mango that ruins it. So like, I was really kind of hoping to try it before I buy it, but guess it's just gonna have to be a thing.
Jack's got a good point there.
Yeah, you don't want to get that one undercooked wing. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple left. So this is just Lucky's is since they've gotten to the ballpark, I feel like Lucky's has like stolen the show when it comes to concessions and stuff like that. So they had a brand new menu. So they have the tonkatsu dog, the soba noodle stir fry, the Korean dog, and then the rainbow bubble waffle for dessert. Lucky's is in section 154.
I mean, I'll try the Korean dog. I'm not a fan of ketchup on a hot dog, but I'll try it. You know, bubble waffle, not really my thing. But remember, we did try those noodle dishes last year. They were awesome. I just don't know
They
how
were
much
really
of a ballpark food that is for me. But I
Yeah.
will get those two. I will get those 2 dogs though. Kewpie mayo is pretty good too. So
Yeah, that Tonkatsu dog was amazing. It was lights out. It was really good. Yeah, we didn't get to try the noodles. I was kind of excited about trying the noodles because I'm a big chili crunch guy. And I figured that would play really hard, but they didn't have that one. Peter went with the Korean dog. He tried that thing.
It was good. Like the hash browns and ketchup. It was like, I think it's more, that one is for the kids. Like you get the tonkatsu dog for the adults. You get the Korean dog for the kids and everyone's happy. But yeah, I think like if we like asked the group that we were with, everyone mentioned that like that tonkatsu dog like stole the show.
And that was the one that came almost like a corn dog, right?
Yeah, it's basically
both
a
of them
corn
are.
dog. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tonkatsu and the Korean dog are both corn dog style. So you get those,
right.
you do get those like nostalgia after school popping something in the microwave feel to it, you know?
Nice.
Speaking of the rainbow bubble waffle, I liked it. It was really good. The only problem was, you know, obviously nerd clusters are hot with the kids right now. It's probably like one of the top tier candies for kids. It doesn't really play well with ice cream because they get cold and they harden. So they're not as chewy as they normally are. So those things were kind of rock solid. If you watch the review, you could kind of see me almost kind of muscling through it a little bit because it was a little bit harder to chew. So as much as I give them the credit for, kind of figuring out what kids like nowadays, they kind of don't play in the cold.
Yeah, so that's going to be more of a July, August type of dessert, right? For get a little of the sun melting a little bit and a little sloppy action.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Jerry says, "Where's the new Japanese offerings?" You know what? I'm gonna say, keep checking up at the Topo Chico bar because they have like the little, chef carts there every game. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw like some, sushi, the guy doing sushi or some wagyu or some kind of like Japanese offering.
Yeah, and to Jerry's credit or whatever, that's besides like people talking about the Campfire Milkshake 2.0, that was another thing. They were just like, we couldn't believe that there were like no Japanese offerings like off on a whim. Like, everybody was talking about that too.
All right, last one. This is basically for you, Jay, but no. I mean, Joey P, you're tequila bum. They got the Tres Agaves tequila. They had new drink offerings as well. The two things that stood out were the coffee and cream, which is basically like coffee drinks and stuff like that were going to be available this year. And then the Going Yard souvenir cup. It's frozen piña margaritas, strawberry margaritas, mangonadas, and more. Served in a souvenir cup, enjoyed as non-alcoholic or liquor of your choice.
I mean, I mentioned the podcast last week. Sox should be leaning into the whole Italian thing, and getting have a coffee bar, have some baristas there, and it sounds like they're going to have a coffee bar.
Espresso, a little bit of espresso.
Yeah, it sounds like the Sox are going to have in the concourse are going to have a coffee bar. So thanks for listening and implementing it immediately.
If I'm able to get an iced coffee at a game, I will crush an iced coffee at a game. That is a guarantee.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was sad too that they didn't give us any of the drink offerings.
Yeah, we wanted to booze early in the morning. They didn't let us. But that mangonada, I'm just a sucker for a drink in a long, like whenever you go to Vegas, you get You get the drinks that like you
Yep.
hang from the necklace and stuff like that. Like Julie ain't that much of a drinker, but whenever you see like a daiquiri or a margarita or even like the mangonadas that are now famous,
Yeah.
that's probably something we're gonna have once or twice this season.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that they do have an added free tequila selection now.
Yeah.
It's a good call, Joey.
Yeah.
That's it. That was White Sox food day.
So I got a few foods as well.
All right. Hell
in case people are traveling to watch the Sox play. So we'll start with the Northsiders. This one, chicken and churros.
Did Praz take a crap?
This is how Praz dookies.
with strawberries.
I'm not gonna lie, I that looks fucking awesome. I mean, it might look like shit,
Uh-huh.
but chicken and churros sounds fantastic. At least in my book.
The one thing that I thought of immediately is like, where's their stadium club? Like, where is
Yeah,
this?
that's a good point.
Like, where is this going to be not available to the rest of the fans?
Yeah. But that's all I know is like, chicken and churros on it. It looks delicious.
It does.
All right. Let's go with Diamondbacks next. Two food options: the 50-50 stretch, an 18-inch baguette with chicken parm, hot pastrami, and kettle chips. So it's half pastrami, half chicken parm.
It's so
Yes.
random.
No, but I like them both.
I know, but
Yeah.
it's just it's so random, but it's awesome.
And then souvenir nacho buckets, 64 to 128 ounce nachos with choice of barbacoa, carnitas, or the vegetarian. Yeah. But Dougie, do you want to go to Arizona and do a 128 ounce nacho challenge or the baguette challenge?
You know what? I would definitely get down on that baguette. I really wouldn't mess with the nachos, man. Most of the time with those nachos or whatever, you're getting a lot of chips on the bottom, and it's gonna be super soggy. And then also barbacoa and carnitas. You ain't gonna get barbacoa and carnitas like you get back here in Chicago. That shit's gonna be like heated in a bag or some shit. You know, it's gonna be the most Arizona ass fucking barbacoa and carnitas ever, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can mess with that, but that sandwich, I'd mess with that sandwich.
Yeah, I would lady in the
Yeah.
tramp that sandwich with you, Dougie.
Oh, see, now you're thinking of me. Take notes, Joey.
Bums after dark it. There you go.
All right. Next one I got for you. Also Diamondbacks. We'll have a take me out to the ball game shake at the games this year. A salted caramel shake with whipped cream, peanut butter, sandwich cookies, Kit Kat bars, and Cracker Jack.
I can't with the shakes, man. I just can't with the shakes. I mean, people half of the US is lactose intolerant nowadays. Everyone's got some sort of fucking issue. I don't know why they keep pushing the dairy. And don't get me wrong, I will house some ice cream. I will house some milkshakes. I'll house some cheese, even though it makes me poop. But I ain't trying to poop at a baseball game, so I'm gonna pass.
Well, I mean, the good thing is it's a Diamondbacks game, so there's probably wide open seats and wide open bathrooms. So
Plenty of toilets available.
plenty of seats available, literally.
Dougie, why didn't you tell me your face is obstructed? I was about to.
That's why I just rotated.
No.
Yeah, just take them off.
Yeah, my dentist just texted me right now. Joey, don't even think about it.
All right. I got a couple more here. So we'll go over to the Marlins. Now they have their own version of the machete.
That looks
Bad.
good.
This is a 2-footer. And this one has carne asada, guajillo, and Oaxaca cheeses. So guajillo pepper, Oaxaca cheese. But we had the machete for ours. Miami kind of cooking us on ours.
Yeah, I'll take the lead on this one because I mentioned it. Like, you gotta have that. And don't get me wrong, I know it's all for optics. The pictures don't always look like what it looks like, but the tortilla here looks way better than the flour tortilla the White Sox are offering. And the main thing is that they're offering carne asada. We got the chicken chorizo, which, don't get me wrong, it's fine. I'll eat it. But I'd much rather have a steak protein, and the asada is the way to go with the machete. But yeah, I'm all in on this.
Treasy saying the Mandingo of Machete. That might be the comment. That might be the winning comment for tonight. But yeah, go ahead, Joey, Dougie.
Go ahead, Dougie.
No, go ahead. You got it, Joey.
No, I was just going to say, I'm a huge fan of machetes, obviously, right? I totally agree with what Peter was saying about us not having steak as an option here. So that's why I'd much rather try this one first than the one that we're going to have 35th and Shields.
Yeah, it's the thing is like, yeah, man, if I'm getting this thing opening day where there's a huge crowd, yeah, I'm all in for it, but like, again, the Marlins with their fact of like lack of attendance and everything like that, this thing isn't going to be much better. You're looking at the first series. The first series, maybe if the second series is, back-to-back series, I would mess with it. But anything past that second series, you're not going to get big crowds. You're not going to get the movement. Quality is going to go down. It's got to be like right away to try it. And then if you love it, enjoy never having it again.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we're going to the Dodgers. Have a new watermelon habanero margarita that you can get in a souvenir water cooler cup.
That's fucking awesome. That's so
It
awesome.
features tequila shaken
Genius.
with fresh lime juice and house watermelon habanero mix served over ice with a tahini dusted rim. So you get your little cooler. Now, my question to you guys is that
chop.
how many drunk fans are going to be chucking these in the outfield at players?
How much do you think this thing costs? Because I'd pay double. I love this thing.
It's probably a $22, $23
$25. No, we're talking
Dodgers. $30.
Yeah, we're talking. Yeah,
Yeah,
California. It may be $35.
Yeah. Here's my thing, and this is a huge deal breaker with me. As cool as this thing looks, if it ain't dishwasher safe, I ain't fucking with it, dude. I'm done with cups that aren't dishwasher safe. Like, fuck that shit. I'm not hand washing anything again in my life. So if it ain't dishwasher safe, I'm out. I'm lazy.
I'm messing with this thing. I would do 2 max, I think. But
Max.
2 max.
Yeah, that looks
All right.
awesome though.
All right, I got one more for you guys here. This is from the Mariners. Have a souvenir ferry food boat at home games. You can get chicken tenders, fish and chips, crab nachos, and more in an exclusive ship container. This comes in celebration of 75 years of the Washington State Ferries with 50 seasons of the Mariners. So fans can also hear the ferry horn sound every time the Mariners score. So I'm going to go back to my previous question. How many times before these get footballed in the right field?
Honestly, dude, there isn't a single option that is coming in these boats that I wouldn't fuck with. I'm eating all of it. I'm eating all of it. When I went to the Mariners Stadium back in like 2010 or something like that, they had a soft shell crab sandwich that I'm still thinking about. I mean, just amazing stuff. And it pulls off and it plays well there because of the temperatures and stuff like that. You don't get like that super, super hot, days where like you don't want to eat the fried food. I think it plays very well. If I was going there, yeah, I would have tree boats, all tree.
Yeah, I'd be all over this because I'm a seafood. How do you say, Jason? That you're a slut? I'm a seafood.
You're a seafood slut.
I'm a seafood slut. Yes, so I'm all over
All right.
this. I'd get sloppy with it.
Oh shit!
Don't get me wrong. The food looks great. But what are you supposed to do with this fucking thing once you're done with it?
That's why I think you throw it in the
You take it home and take a bubble bath.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not walking around with this thing for 7 innings. And Julie will kick my ass if I say like, "Hey, can you put this in your purse?" Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with the Titanic?
It's kind of cool though. I'm not gonna lie,
I
but
don't
yeah, it's you're gonna see a lot of those just like left in the seats.
I don't know because
they're expensive.
Well, and they said it's kind of like what Joey with his Hawks horn, right?
Yeah, every time the Mariners score.
Yeah, every time the Mariners score, it goes off. So now it becomes like a desk piece. You can smell your fried food. Fucking.
I do like the dipping options.
Yeah,
It's a nice touch.
So I didn't grab all of them, but that's a lot of the new food reviews from new food spots from around the park MLB parks this year, and you can all check them out on the socials. But a lot of good stuff coming this year. So, all right, we are at the 2-hour mark. We got to close it up, guys. Time to bump some people.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum.
All right, time for our listener bums and MVBs. First up is our friend Mike, bum of the week, the truck driver that hit the plane at LaGuardia and is making it difficult to get to the NYC for the Blackhawks game. Horrible tragedy that happened. I think it was late last night. Air Canada plane crashed into the fire truck. But apparently their maneuver or whatever they did saved the rest of the passengers. So heroes.
Yeah.
MVB, you guys, us, the bums, in advance for making April 2nd the most excited I've been for White Sox opening day. We appreciate that, but also the Sox being better will help everyone enjoy baseball this season.
Very true.
It's true.
Next up, we got Sidney Brown, MVBs, fighting Illini advancing to Sweet 16. Southside Bums very happy about that. St. John defeating Kansas and MLB starting on Thursday. All good stuff. Bum of the week, waiting one more week for Whiskey at Comiskey. Hey, you know what though? If it gets us better weather, we'll wait a week.
Also, I've been talking about this since January. 65 and sunny.
I saw 64 and rainy. That's the current.
So here's the thing that I told Julie earlier today, as me, the weatherman. You could predict temperature like 10 days out. You can't predict precipitation. That is wildly different. So I'm close on the 65 and sunny because April 1st, it says 64 and sunny. If that just pushes back a day, I'm in the clear, baby. And also, don't mention precipitation, Jason. No rain.
All right. No rain. Next up. JT, bum of the week. MLB pushing cold hot dogs and warm flat beer in a $9.99 cardboard box while at the same time not allowing me to buy 3 beers at once. That's a good point. But Dougie, you did the $9.99 multiple times. Are you offended by these tiny wieners?
Yeah, I am absolutely. That's stolen valor. That is stolen valor in the highest form. I will at some point be doing the 999 challenge again this year because I'm just going to make it an annual thing. Just kind of run it back. I race myself. But yeah, this is absolute stolen valor. A1, like I said, the small hot dogs, the small beers. Like it's just what it's trying to do is it's trying to make something that is a challenge easier for other people. This is like
pacification of America.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like every kid gets a participation trophy. Not everybody can do the 9-9 challenge, and you know what? Not everybody should. You know what? Because there's going to be
there's probably health reasons why you probably shouldn't do the 999.
But there's going to be people now. There's going to be a whole group of people that are like, oh, I could do the 999 challenge. I did it at the Mets game. Fuck off. I'm like, this was gonna be my bum of the week, but Jeff, I'm gonna let him take it. He grabbed the photo. It really does. It pisses me off.
I like it.
Jerry O'Sullivan says this is right up there with the medal after 18 miles at the LA Marathon.
MVP, those putting out great content in the 108 tourney like Missy Carroll and Peter Fonseca. Also vote Baloney in the finals tomorrow. Vote bum, vote often.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sammy Davis Jr., 5,000. Bum of the week. The White Sox for having a full buffet brunch with a carving station for weekend games. I'm okay with that. Like, let's make that happen.
They used to.
Yeah, they did used to.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
King Ass MVB, friends helping friends and false spring. Bum of the week existence.
I like when he gets in his emo mood.
Yeah. That was definitely emo.
Mary Wana, bum of the week. Taylor Swift as a tailgate. Wrong. Bum of the week, you for not liking Taylor Swift at a tailgate. That's an MVB. MVB is Taylor Swift at a tailgate.
You know what happened? And you know what? Like I said, we're gonna play. If you submit a bum and MVB, we're gonna post it. But she complained so much about this. I said there's no repeats. Jason, Opalite is on there twice. We posted the regular Taylor Swift version, and then when Alexis added the remix, it's on there twice. So you're getting double Taylor Swift marijuana.
Yeah. I'm sorry our music is not up to your taste and you won't be attending our tailgates.
Smell you later.
Yeah. Mailman Jack MVB, the soon to start this week MLB season. Now I need a snow speckled game in the Midwest to know it's truly upon us.
Don't put that juju on us.
Why? Bum of the week, these useless elected officials, both sides, they can't even get to pay TSA employees.
Yeah, it's tough scenes. Tough scenes all around.
Yeah. So Dougie, we'll put it off Mailman Jack.
Yep.
You kick us off on Bum of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. I do not have any MVBs this week. Somebody do something nice to me. I'm gonna just have one bum of the week, and it is TSA. Leaving for spring break on Thursday night, heading out to New Orleans. Your boy's got a little bit of anxiety, man. I don't really get anxiety that much. But all these like TSA, and I know it's a lot of the media hyping it up, and it seems like it's pretty isolated to Atlanta. But I'm worried, to be honest with you. So Madison Fresh she can't get out of school until 3:00. I can't get out of work until 3:00. We have a 7:30 flight, and I don't know. I'm just like more than normal. I have like that anxiety, like getting there 2.5 hours early isn't going to be enough. And I hope I'm wrong, like, cause flights are pretty fucking booked up the next couple days. So, I mean, we are going early to New Orleans before a cruise, but like it really does worry me. And I'm sick and tired of like Mailman Jack was saying, like these bum ass politicians on both sides. I don't care who you support. You can support whoever the hell you want. That is what it is. But both sides suck. And the sooner people realize that both sides suck, be a lot happier in life. But I hope everything pans out for me or whatever. I know woe is me, oh, your vacation, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I look forward to vacation. I look forward to my family time, and I just want everything to go off without a hitch.
Well, so hopefully it does, Dougie.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Joey, you're up.
My bum of the week, guys. I don't know. I'm sure I've gotten a few bad texts from the four of you, because I'm including Johnny in this. Freaking spell check. I cannot tell you. I'm so sick. I'm going to go on a rant. Spell check.
Swear.
No, I'm not going to swear them. Only for super chats. I swear. Spell check has ruined some of the context I've tried to make a statement or make a point in emails, in text messages, just in the last week and a half. And I'm sick and tired of spell check. I need a way for Apple to figure it out so I can just delete the feature or toggle it off. I've even tried to post comments on YouTube shows, and spell check goes and switches my freaking words around.
Have you thought about maybe spelling correctly to begin with?
No. Well, particularly, let me just say this. Let me specify. I got to be more specific. Thank you for mentioning that, Jay. It will actually take what I'm saying and switch the word around to make it a different word, in other words. So as I'm fast, I'm fast typing as I'm going because I'm multitasking like usual. What I'm typing shows up, and it shows up as a different word sometimes, and it'll have the squiggly line underneath it. And it's like, you want to correct it to this word, and I click the X. No, I don't, because I want it to stay this word, and it'll still switch it on me. So screw you, spell check.
Have you ever considered that iPhone is just trying to save you a confession?
Yes, that this guy goes to church enough.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't think it. No, I get more than enough.
Joey P hates spell check. Fork that.
Fourth
Cheers,
day.
JT.
Fuck spell check.
Ducking. Oh, we got
We got an
damn,
F-bomb from
an
Joey P.
F-bomb.
He didn't say duck. He didn't say duck.
Wow. Man,
MVBs though, real quick. I just want to thank everybody who's been RSVPing. Jay, you let off huge number, goal to get to 300. I was sharing pre-show with some of the guys with Jay, you particularly. I got people still texting me today, still haven't RSVP'd yet, using a link. Please do. It really helps out.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go next here. I got no MVBs. I got 2 bum of the weeks. First bum of the week, myself. I realized the other day in a panic to you guys that I've lost our bum's corporate card. And
Bad.
thankfully
Shame.
there was
Shame.
no fraudulent transactions on it. But I'm pretty sure I left it at PB&J's Pizza, Beer, and Jukebox after we went to Great JP Graziano's. That was 3 weeks ago. I just noticed it was gone. I'm like, that was the last transaction that I used it out on, and I'm pretty sure I left it in the book. So bum of the week, me for leaving it. Bum of the week, me for not realizing it was gone until 3 weeks later. So I can't believe I did that.
Immediately when you text that, I text Peter and I was like, how many OnlyFans subscriptions were charged to our account?
I swear it wasn't me.
Yeah, right.
It was the fraud.
I would
8 out of 10 were from the 10 happiest countries in the world, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
I have no room to judge, Jay, because like you were very sorry and very contrite, and you're like, I can't believe this happened, and everything like that. My corporate card hasn't worked since we've gotten it, so like it's been 3 years, and I'm not even like the bank is literally 5 minutes from my house, and I haven't even bothered to go and get one, so I have no room to judge.
Dude, so basically, we're 10 days away from whiskey at Comiskey, and we don't have a fucking credit card. Is what
He said it's 100% accurate.
We need more super chat stat.
Oh shit!
Just please don't buy any merch until I get a new corporate card, because we have no card to buy merch with.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Oh shit, we're in trouble.
Yeah. All right, my second bum of the week is me.
Again.
So yesterday, me and the wife, we stopped at Hallmark. We had to get some birthday cards for our parents. They all have birthdays end of March. So we got some birthday cards. And as I was shopping for my dad's birthday card, I noticed this one and said, "Happy birthday to my trophy husband." I showed it to Sarah and I said, "Hey, baby, I found the card I want for my birthday this year." And she said, "No." Damn. And I said, "Why not?" And she's like, "Because you're not a trophy husband." So bum of the week, me for not being a trophy husband. I guess I have to be better. I guess I have to, get better looking, lose some weight, make some more money, and I can be truly a trophy husband. So
hold on. We gotta what is the Urban Dictionary?
Hard truths
truth
on a Sunday. I got to be honest with you. While Peter's looking that up, I didn't even know Hallmark stores still existed.
There's not many left.
Jason's a big Hallmark guy.
Yeah.
I get them ornaments, man.
Trophy husband, a man who looks amazing. All right, we don't have to go over that. We
just stop the first line.
Is that a man who looks amazing and sits at home all day mooching off his wife's money?
Green chip, Pedro.
But that's what it says on her. It's not me. I just wanted to see what it was.
Yeah, during a long summer break.
That wasn't by choice. So bum of the week, me for not being a trophy husband. I need to be better.
Maybe next year, Jay.
Maybe next year I'll get that card. All right, Peter, take us home.
All right, I got 2 MVBs. The first one is something. So we're in the midst of the hashtag 108 tourney and things like that. And I was busy as fuck all week last week between work starting up and, bums content and everything else. It's always good to have a guy like Dougie because I had to replace a fucking sump pump out of the blue. It was just like going off in the middle of the night. I'm like, fuck, I got to unplug it. Let's see what happens. Nothing happened that night, so I was in the clear. I must have FaceTimed Dougie like 10 times within like 2 hours because I YouTubed it, and I consider myself handy enough to do like household things. Like I've worked enough, like blue collar stuff, to where like I can fix things. Although Julie does not trust me fixing anything, but I think that's typically a husband-wife relationship. She's like, "Are you gonna do this by yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You're not gonna call my dad or your dad?" I'm like, "No, that'd be headache city." So I'm like, I'm just gonna FaceTime Dougie as much as I need to. And I FaceTimed you like 5 times in like an hour. but we got it done, baby.
Yeah, you did good, man.
It's been working. I've been doing loads of laundry and like no leaks, no anything. We're cooking with gas, baby.
Yeah. Dude, don't you feel like accomplished as shit when you do it though?
You feel like a man, don't you?
You wouldn't believe how good that 108 tourney like video was. Like, I'm working on a sump pump and then I got it done. Like that was pretty fucking good.
Yeah. I love it. Love it.
So yeah, so Dougie, you're my first MVB because it's good to have someone like you on your side. So you just guide me step by step. It was like Legos at that point.
Yeah.
And then yeah, everyone voting for the 108 tourney. I think there's 6 people left. I'm going up against Candice, and Alex Rude. So tomorrow's gonna be a fucking shit show. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't like my chances, but everyone in the comments, all of you guys, everyone, it'll be good. So I'm excited for what's to happen. And then I will say a little bit of a tease, because I'm going to tease it after we wrap up this show. It's the biggest, not the biggest piece of content I've had, but the angriest Julie has ever been in a piece of content is dropping tomorrow. So that's a tease, and hopefully that earns me a little bit of votes. Because it's something if you guys know me and you guys know me, it's something I've been wanting to do, and I've been wanting to do more of. So after this is over, I'll tease it and I'll drop the video tomorrow. I might just be a prank guy forever.
Oh man. Oh no. No.
All right.
Okay. Now I know what angle you're talking about.
Realistically, my MVBs. One last MVB is you guys, because like you guys mentioned on the show last week, I think I've missed 2 BumCasts ever. I was really, really sick. I don't know if it was COVID or flu or something a couple years ago, and you guys took care of the BumCast then. And then last week I didn't plan on missing the BumCast, but Landon literally split his forehead wide open.
Oh.
It was bad news all around. We got a call from therapy, and they're like, "Hey, this is what happened. Like, you guys should come immediately." And this was like at like 3:15 in the afternoon, and we're like, "Fuck it!" Like, we're just, all hands on deck. We're all going. We have a hospital right down the street from us, and it's right where we picked him up. So it was like 10 minutes away. We get there. I drop off Landon and Julie. I have my daughter. I don't want her to see all of the things that is happening. So I call my parents right away. They're 10 minutes away from us. So like 20-minute trip there and back. I'll drop off Scarlett, come back, and then go with Scarlett and Julie. So like in that 20 minutes, I called Julie 2 minutes, and she's like, yeah, they haven't attended us yet. And mind you, we have very good healthcare because of Julie's work and stuff like that. We have good insurance. We have everything. They said it'll be a 5-hour wait in the ER. And I'm like, what the fuck? What does that even mean? She's like, yeah, there's been people waiting there for 5 hours. They haven't been attended to. And I'm like, holy shit. So immediately I start Googling, and I'm like, oh, there's an urgent care right down the street, and it's like a pediatric urgent care. And they right away attend us, and like we're in and out of that place in like 35 minutes. The problem is the way the cut on his forehead was, they're like, we don't do stitches here. You have to go to an ER for stitches. Like we could glue it or like we could bandage it, but like it's just deep enough and it's just wide enough to where like you should probably go to Christ. So we're like, fuck. At this point, it happened at 3:15. This is already 5:15. We're like, all right, we're going to Christ. We probably should have gone to Christ to begin with. That still took another 4 hours. My bum of the week is the American healthcare system. What in the fuck are we doing? What are we fucking doing, man? If a fucking and Dougie, I know you went through something similar this week.
Yeah.
We have good insurance. We have like my bum of the week is the American healthcare system, private equity, lobbyists, everything that happened after COVID 9/11. It's fucking broken. And like you mentioned earlier, it's not a right wing, left wing thing. Just like getting a regular appointment to like a doctor is like 5 months ahead of time. Like you can't get a fucking appointment 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's like, oh no, your appointment's in June. I made an appointment. I called in January. What in the fuck are we doing? We're living like a third world country. I hate to break it to you guys. Like I'm all for rah USA. I mean, I'm gonna cheer my dick off for the United States men's national team in the World Cup. But day-to-day stuff like going to the hospital shouldn't be this bad. It really shouldn't. Because like I got family, Jason, you've bought a house from my aunt, and she sold me my house. She's very well off. She's a very successful real estate agent. She flies to Mexico to get like her dental and health care done in like 2 weeks time. She'll fly to Mexico, get her dental. She'll do her like physical. She'll do everything. And it's easier to do that and pay out of pocket than to pay insurance where she works for a huge real estate company and she probably has good health care insurance. It's broken, man. It makes no sense. If infants and toddlers are sitting in the ER for 5 hours, burn it down and start over again. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. Hunter wasn't hurt or anything like that. He either A1 shoved a peanut up his nose or was eating peanuts and like did some kind of maneuver to where it like went up and came out his nose. Well, anyway, it was just dangling in the nose. We made it to the doctor because I couldn't get it out with tweezers. We made it there at like 10:30 and we needed to get home until 1:30 in the morning. And
that's fucking crazy.
By the time they saw him, A1, they couldn't get us a room. They were in the hallway. I couldn't even go back. Mary had to go back. But like I couldn't go back because they didn't want too many people in like the hallway at one time. By the time that they saw him, it had already gone. Like it either he sucked it in and it went down, or they told me, and here's the funny part, if you smell his face rotting, bring him back. That's what they told me. They were like, if you smell his face rotting, bring him back. That means that the peanut's still in there. We'll have to give it a further look. Like, so what am I doing? Like, I'm going up to my kid every day trying to smell his fucking face. Because, like, and then trying to, I mean, kids have enough bad smells. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I'm trying to depict between, hey, was that gas or is his face fucking rotten? I don't know.
It's like Homer Simpson with the crayon up his nose.
I'm telling you, man. He did not get smarter, though. I'll tell you that.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Fucking good. Well said, though, Peter. Well rant.
Thank you.
What's up? What's going on for the Baloney Show this week? Anything?
Yeah, Baloney Show is back on Wednesday. It's another deep dive into movies. We saw a movie this weekend. Project Hail Mary is taking the movie like theaters by storm. I have thoughts on that. So I'm going to talk about Project Hail Mary. I'm going to talk about the new Spider-Man trailer that is breaking streaming records. And then Dune 3 came out. So it's going to be another movie-heavy Baloney Show, but I'm excited to talk about it. It'll be back at its regular time, Wednesday, 8 p.m.
All right. And next week, Dougie, you are out on vacation.
Yes,
if
sir.
you can make your flight.
Yes.
Knock on wood. So once you are bon voyage, we have a very special substitute guest for you this week. Herb Lawrence, friend of the show. He's returning. He hasn't been on in a while, and we're going to talk some more White Sox baseball with our good friend of the show, Herb Lawrence. The Sox will have their first series of the season down against Milwaukee. So we're going to break down that first season and what we got to look forward to for the homestand. So join us next Monday with Herb Lawrence.
Yeah. And the best part of this whole thing is he's not just being on there for one segment. He is filling in for me for the entirety of the show. So he will be here from start to finish. He's going to start off with some banter, and then he's going to end up with his bums and MVBs, and he's going to be with you guys for the entirety.
Get ready to get Wally Pip, Dougie. I love it.
Yeah, and I set it up, so I'm pipping myself.
Pipping ain't easy, but it sure is fun. With that, thanks to everyone who liked, who commented, who super chats. We appreciate you all. We can't wait to see you all next week at the ballpark. And make sure you tune in Wednesday. Vote bum, vote baloney tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Catch you guys next week. Go Sox.
Let's go, baby.